was asked for all this pain, man, I feel like I can't hold it. Going off lean, and you know that I be on it. I ain't slipping, boy, you knowin' that I'm focused. Fly time, prime time, I'm ballin' hard sideline. Baby, I'm sorry, I ain't no time for the waste. On the road, yeah, I be gone every day. 2-100, put myself around the fade. It's time for real niggas and fake bitches to separate. I heard they speaking on my name. You better stay up in your lane. They do it up for the fame. You know I never change.
Crazy.
Welcome back to the kitchen. This is episode 10, right? Yeah, this is 10. If you can't handle the heat, stay out the kitchen. I'm here with my co-hosts Matt Taylor and Brett Kirsch, and we're back with the guest appearance from episode 1, Ethan Matthews.
Yo, what's good, boys?
So, like we said last week, we're gonna do NFC South predictions. We already did AFC South last week, and we're gonna go our top 10 tight ends. Before that, Matt, you wanted a trivia question, right?
Yeah, I have 2 for you guys. Do you want the 1 answer one, or do you guys want the 3 possible 4 answer one first?
Let's do the 1 answer one first.
1 answer.
All right. Just because college football is starting up, I thought of like 2 fun college things. It's not necessarily college football, it's just college in general. Do you know the only women's mascot?
Next question.
Only women's only
in
women's
all
mascot.
college. There's only one. It's close by us. There's only one.
I know who it is.
Who?
I'm gonna give these guys a guess. I'm 100% sure I know what it is.
All right. I gave you the 1 hint. It's close by.
Well,
us.
that counts as I mean, it's kind of like a mythical creature. Is it not?
Well, no, yeah, it's not like an actual like woman.
Yeah, it's not like a
It's
woman.
I thought,
Yeah,
I
but
an
thought it was
animal.
like Serena Williams.
It's an animal.
it's an animal.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have literally no clue.
it's very close by us. Ethan, do you know?
I have no idea.
Hold on, woman.
Yeah, I said
female
woman,
animal.
Girl, it's a girl animal. Whatever.
I mean, is the Nittany lion a girl?
No.
Yeah, it's not that. You want me to tell you my guess?
What?
Rutgers, the Scarlet Witch. Rutgers,
Scarlet Knights, first
Scarlet
off.
Knights. Oh
Scarlet
shit!
Witch.
Scarlet Witch? No, it's
Scarlet.
it's I said it's an animal.
It's an
And
animal.
it's very close by us, like very, very close. We can drive
Calvin? I
there
don't know.
campus.
It's a seagull. No. Let me think.
So,
Is it a big school? I'll say that.
Not necessarily a big school at all, really.
UMBC?
A famous player that played for the Ravens went there.
Trying to think near us.
We drafted him in the first round. I'm almost giving it away at this point.
what draft?
Oh, God, I can't remember, but he
Like, was that a
he's
while
still in the
ago? or
NFL
did
now.
we-
He's not on the Ravens anymore. He was on the 2012 roster.
Oh,
I
2012.
was thinking like recently. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, no, he was on that team, and he is a crucial part of that team.
fuck. I'm literally stuck. I can't even think. Can I
He-
look up
he
college
left
teams?
he left in
that'd be cheating.
2018, or I guess the 2019 offseason.
I straight up can't think.
Defense or offense?
Close by us, D1 school, not super
Defense
big.
or
But a
offense?
couple of famous players came from there. One guy that's a current Raven went there, and one guy
Delaware?
drafted it. Yep, the Delaware
Hens?
Blue Hens.
Bro.
Blue Hens.
All right,
Only
bro, you're
girl
done.
mascot.
No,
Blue
you're done.
Hens.
You're done with like trivia questions.
All right, the next one's
Wait.
probably worse.
Okay.
All right,
I
the
thought you
next
said he
one-
retired in 2018.
You're
I was
talking
like,
about Joe
yeah, you're talking
Flacco,
about Joe
aren't you?
Flacco. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought you said
He left
retired
in
in
2018,
2018.
I
Yeah,
said.
left. Okay, that's my fault, bro.
And do you know the other Raven that's on our roster now that went there?
To Delaware,
Yeah,
defense or offense? I'm not 100%.
offense.
Offense. I can't tell you. I'm gonna be honest,
Nick Boyle.
I was gonna
Nick
say
Boyle?
Nick Boyle. I was gonna
Yeah.
say Nick Boyle.
bro.
Interesting.
I didn't even know where Nick Boyle went to college.
All right, this
I didn't
one's a
think he
little
went
bit more of a
to college,
complicated
military.
question. I would say there's 3 answers for sure. There's possibly 4 if depending on how you go on the definition of Webster's, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Of the college of it. There are 4 college teams. They don't have a color in their name, an animal in their name, and that ends with an S. Can you name those 3?
Wait, what was it? So no animal, no color,
And doesn't end in an S.
doesn't end in an S or does?
Doesn't.
Doesn't.
I think it's
One's
color.
one of the
Color's
biggest
probably
colleges in the
easiest.
world. One's in the Big Ten, and the other one you guys probably want to guess. And the other one is a super. The possible 4th one, depending on how you want to count it. Like I said, Webster's is another super big college.
So
That's
no
all-
color in their name, like
Like
describing.
Georgia Bulldogs. They don't have a color, but it ends in an S.
Like
Oh.
Syracuse orange. Like
Oh.
that would exclude it. One's
Fighting
one of the British-
Irish. Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Or that's one.
All right.
One's in the Big Ten.
Is one in the ACC?
No. One's in
Oh
our
no, because
state. Their college is in our state, and the other one I doubt you guys guess, but it's you possibly could.
Michigan State.
No.
Spartans, bro. I'm
Spartans.
like stupid. I can't spell. I thought it was
So I know,
Spartan.
Like Army, Navy, and like Air Force. I don't know.
So Navy, depending on how you want to go with it, because technically Navy's the color, but in Webster's, if you search it up, Navy's also that. So Navy's the bonus one.
Because they're
Okay.
midshipmen.
So
Damn,
fighting. We had
bro.
the Fighting
I got
Irish.
T. I got the
Navy,
hard
right?
one.
So the other one's in the Big Ten. The other one, there was a pretty player last year. They
Pretty
were really good
player.
in basketball, and they had a guy last year that had a funny last name playing that was really good.
Oh, fucking.
What is Wisconsin?
Auburn?
No,
No,
Auburn's
no,
SEC.
In the, in the Big
Well,
Ten.
I was thinking of
Steph,
Cockburn.
no, I love to say this guy's name. He just graduated this year.
It's not
And
OG
Brett,
and
you should
OB.
also probably know 2 years ago, my dad's favorite player's name.
Illinois.
The
I
Iowa?
didn't even know that.
Do you guys want to know the last one?
What's Illinois' fucking mascot?
Fighting Illinois.
Okay.
The fighting. I can't say it. God damn it.
Ilney?
No, the fighting Illinois or whatever it's
Oh,
called.
Illinois?
It's basically the
Illinois,
same thing.
Illinois.
I can't pronounce it. But you want to know the last one? You probably won't guess the college.
No. Give me a hint. I want to guess it.
I got
Uh,
two so far.
It's in the Northeast. It's not
Is it
in one of
Big
the.
Ten?
Huh?
Big Ten?
No, it's in the Northeast and it's not in one of the Power Five.
Vermont.
No,
I don't even know Vermont's. Oh no, Vermont is an animal. I'm pretty sure.
they're the Cougars.
Yeah.
It's
UMass?
University of a state. That's basically that's
No,
its acronym, but it's not known by that most of the
New
time.
Hampshire,
No.
UMass.
Rhode
Yep.
Island.
It
There
is
you go.
UMass.
Yeah, you guys got all of them.
Yeah.
I thought the other one was I think they were kind of cool.
I mean, I thought Fighting Irish like off the top of my head.
Yeah, like I said, it was one of the biggest colleges. But
Yeah.
you guys want me to keep on bringing those or no?
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Makes you think.
Not yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little fun thing. College football is in less than a month away now.
Still can't
I'm
believe
up
I
for
said
that.
Scarlet Witch. I forgot they were the Scarlet Knights.
Scarlet Witch.
Bro, I was
Too
thinking
much-
about
too much Marvel.
my bad, my fault. OG, my
I'm
fault.
surprised the Blue Hens tricked you guys up. So I thought the 4-question one or the 4-answer one was a lot harder.
I wasn't even thinking of Delaware, bro.
Hey,
Blue
Delaware
Hens.
right by us. Joe Flacco.
I just thought of Joe
Blue
Biden like
Hens,
falling off the
baby.
bike.
Yeah.
They
I-
actually have a really pretty campus. I've been there a couple times.
Delaware does have a pretty campus.
I've never been there.
They're
So
there.
you want
I
to go
like
into then to NFC South predictions?
Sure. Then we
I
do
I-
guess,
that.
yeah. that's nothing I can
So the
think
way
of.
I'm gonna start sharing my screen a little bit. The way I'm looking at it,
Oh, this shit was
we're gonna do an
bright last
alphabetical
time.
order. So the Falcons, Panthers, Bucks, and then Saints. So we'll start off the Falcons. If anyone's watching, doesn't know this Ethan Matthews kid, he is a diehard Bucks fan for some reason.
Since,
even though he
since
lives-
2020.
No, that's Cap. Like 2004.
Cap. All right, I'm gonna share it. All right, so you guys can see that, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
All right,
Oh,
so let's go to the Falcons. All right, so Atlanta Falcons,
I think they're
Lost.
gonna be kind of bad.
yeah, lost Matt Ryan. They traded him,
They-
correct? Yeah, traded
traded
him. I mean, Calvin Ridley got suspended for no reason. Free him. Didn't deserve it.
They got that boy Pitts though.
I was gonna say it's an interesting thing because Kyle Pitts was the best player at 4 when they took him last year, but it's not a positional need. And when you're that bad of a team, you kind of want to build on positional needs, which we
Yeah.
can talk about that later with the tight ends.
I mean, they have
also
some.
got that Cordell
They have some
Patterson.
talent, like on the deep.
Yeah, they have
I mean,
one of my
AJ
favorite
Terrell,
corners in the-
top three
yeah,
corner.
AJ Terrell. They also got Casey Hayward Jr. now at corner. I did see they
Deion
might
Jones.
release Jones though.
We
I
did
did see
take
that
their best receiver that they have, Russell Gage.
Russell
being
Gage,
blown
true.
out.
Well,
Yeah.
I think out of the gate,
They're gonna be bad.
Drake
They're
London's
probably gonna be
better
the
than Russell Gage.
well. Still, I mean,
Yeah.
good second or third.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
their guy.
second, sure. As a second wide receiver, he's not bad at all.
And then, I mean,
And Marcus
offensive.
Mariota, I don't think he's going to be as bad as people think.
Who?
Marcus Mariota.
Oh, that's true. I would agree with that.
I think people think he's going to be terrible. I think he's going to be below average, but not like.
Well, look at him when he was playing for the Raiders. He had that like almost the game-winning drive last year.
Yeah,
he can piece together plays.
Yeah, it's just they don't really have talent around him. Their offensive line is also lacking other than their guards.
If looking,
We bad. Just say that though.
I haven't. Well, now looking at their schedule, it's kind of hard in the beginning of the year, but I feel like they could start playing a better brand of football in the beginning of the year. Mariota's in there, but like I feel like as the year keeps going by, they're probably going to lose a lot of games, and it's just going to go downhill from there. Because we saw with Mariota in Tennessee, like he had a good stint in the beginning, and then things started going downhill and just kept spiraling, and then he lost his job. So
I also don't. I think he will be a little better because he has his offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
Arthur
true.
Smith was his offensive coordinator when he was at Tennessee.
Yeah, true.
So he kind of already knows the system. And I think Arthur Smith's not a bad coach at all. I think
I mean,
he's above average coach.
They have talent. I'm going to give you a hot take. I think the Panthers are going to be worse.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think the
Panthers are
worse.
better talented and they also have a better QB.
Yeah,
Like, I don't like
think
Baker.
that's a
Yeah,
better
I
take.
think the Falcons will probably be the.
Let's go week 1.
I
This
don't
could be an
think they're gonna
upset, but
win.
I'm going Saints. So
Yeah,
Not an up-
fair
I don't
pick.
think- I don't think it's that big of an upset.
Fair pick.
In those first 12 weeks, Stefano, they'll be lucky to win one game.
That is true. Like their schedule is fucking
And
insane.
it's week 3 versus
Yeah, I
Seattle.
would say
I
week
think
3.
they win week 3.
Yeah, they win week 3 and they lose the rest of them.
Yeah. So Rams, bam. So they're gonna be.
I think they could lose. All right, we'll get to it. I say the Browns win.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Browns,
Browns.
win. Bucks win at
Bucks
home.
lose.
49ers win.
Yeah.
Jamar Gritty's on the bird for
Bengals.
203 TDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bengals.
So I think
This is-
I think the Panthers and the Falcons split. This is the home game for the Falcons. I think they win this as well.
I think
I-
Baker runs it up on him.
I think the Falcons probably.
I
win.
think at home
think
he
the Falcons
does,
are
but
terrible.
not when they play at their stadium. I think they win.
I agree
Well,
with
I think
that. I think,
I
they
think the
split.
major key here is McCaffrey healthy or is he not healthy?
It's week 8. He's probably not healthy.
Yeah,
what I mean.
I don't think he's made it past week 3 in the past 3 years.
I also
right?
will say the Falcons, for some reason, always just win that sneaky game. They are
That's
that
true.
team where
Yeah.
they just randomly win against a good ass opponent.
Look, I won't
I
be
don't-
surprised.
I don't
Yo,
think the
I'm not
Panthers are
gonna. I'm
good
not
at
gonna lie. I
defense.
won't be surprised if they beat the Niners,
Do you remember 2 years ago when they went to
No,
like?
they're not beating
No.
the Niners.
bro.
You
There's
remember 2
always
years
there's
ago?
always a game.
Hold on.
No.
Do you guys remember
It's
2
not
years
the
ago they
Niners.
played the 49ers and they basically the 49ers blew that game. Like they lost on like a crazy like ending drive, like on the
Against-
crazy last play.
Against the Falcons.
Because Jimmy
Yeah.
G.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now
That's
you
a
got Trey
crazy
Lance in
random
there.
game.
You got freaking cracked Debo Samuel about to go crazy on everybody this year.
Well,
Nick-
I think no, week 6.
Nick Bosa
really
might get
depends.
8 sacks that game.
I
Yeah.
think week 6 it'll narrow it down to if Trey Lance is playing good, if he's knows the system, he's really proven himself. Because I think the first couple of weeks he's going to look kind of rough because every QB that's starting out looks a little bit rough, unless if your name's Patrick Mahomes, like starting out. Like if he's looking better by this time, I think the 49ers
Yeah.
kill him. But if he's still looking rough, the Falcons could surprise you.
Yeah.
What was other people who've had great week 1s or coming off the bench? Tom Brady did it. Aaron Rodgers did it. Once again, we're comparing him to like freaking the goats.
I mean,
right?
and
But
also just you could say Justin Herbert, and then like Trey Lance isn't one of those guys.
he could be.
Never know.
You don't know. I
You
mean,
don't
that was-
know.
They also played against way better competition in college. Trey Lance was going against Towson.
you can't go off of that. You
I
can't
know
go
you
off that
can't go
because
out of that, but
yeah.
like still, I think I don't see Trey
I
Lance
think
being better
I
than
think
Justin
I mean
Herbert.
you
and
can't
those
say that
guys.
because Trey Lance has had a full year. I don't really like Trey Lance that much, but he's had a full year. And like when he was being drafted, he's never drafted as being the guy like Mac Jones where he's going to be good on the floor. He was
Oh,
brought
yeah.
in so they could develop him.
He's a
And like he's
project.
had a year. He's had a year
I-
under the playbook. So I
I've
think
said
he could do
I
something.
think Trey Lance is going to be overall out of the best out of that draft class just because of the coaching and the system. But
I don't know. Zach Wilson recently, he's on my
You're just saying
respect.
that because he fucked a girl. Like, fuck your mom.
My respect.
His friend's
respect.
mom.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be either Justin Fields or Trey Lance.
All right, yeah. Matt,
So
there's one
running
thing
back, week 9 Chargers kill him.
I actually
that's
want to change something
Williams.
week 8. I want to go Panthers. And Matt, let me go for this one simple fact. The Falcons are actually terrible at home. They might
They
be one of the
are.
worst. They might be one of the worst teams in the NFL home. And I just remember that they were like 0-8, like in their
I
last
think they
8
split
games.
though. I really think.
Yeah, no, I think they do
And they
split.
win
I
the
think
other
they're going to
one.
win the other one. I think
Okay.
they're going to win
Okay.
away, and I think they lose here.
Oh,
All right.
well, I don't think it's a thing.
I think they
Yeah.
beat the Bears.
I could definitely
I
see
hate the
beating
Bears. The Bears, are
are
shit. They're going to
terrible.
beat the Bears.
You
They
think
could
the
beat the
Bears are gonna be better
Commanders.
than the Tech?
No,
worse
the
than Texans,
Commanders will
which is
kill him,
ridiculous.
bro.
Nah, bro.
Commanders will definitely win that
They
game.
have a decent running game, and Scary Terry's not bad.
That's true, but like, okay, like we don't know about Drake London. Kyle Pitts is really good offensively and defensively. AJ Terrell is top
They
three
have a
corner
good
in the NFL.
secondary. The Falcons have like 5 players on defense that are actually like okay.
Like
they have
Grady Jarrett,
Jones,
Deion Jones.
They have Jarrett, and they also have then Casey Hayward Jr. is still good, but he's also
Viable.
like 35, and then AJ Terrell is by far the best defensive player.
Yeah.
It's such a huge drop off.
Steelers here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm.
Saints.
I'm surprised you said that,
Saints.
Matt.
Saints are gonna
yeah.
sweep them. Ravens
Saints
beat
on
'em.
Christmas Eve.
Kill them.
Fuck the
They-
Cardinals.
No,
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 that's
no.
cap.
they beat the Cardinals and they.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Safe
completely
prediction right
agree with
there.
that. What's the record?
The record's gonna come
3
out
wins,
to
I think.
3-14.
Yeah, I think
That's fair.
reasonable.
That's
No, that's
fair.
reasonable.
I
Yeah,
think that's
that's-
pretty reasonable.
I think 3 to 5 is gonna be the range.
5's a lot.
I think 5 plus
5 is a
little
lot,
bit, I'll
but
be
what is
honest.
their line is 5.5. So it's still under.
Yeah.
I would take them to go under.
I would
I
definitely
think
take
we're
them
gonna
to
be
go under.
seeing I think we're gonna be seeing CJ playing for the Falcons in 2 years.
CJ Stroud, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, depending on who goes higher, him or Bryce Young.
Yeah.
But I think they're purposely trying to be bad. Them and the Texans want to be bad.
I don't
for
think they're
this
trying to
season.
be bad. I think they are just bad.
I think like
But they could
Russ isn't even
have
bad.
also kept Matt Ryan.
yeah,
they
they
could have,
could've,
yeah.
Where they could have
but-
been better. Like they want to go in that rebuild.
It's going to the next team that doesn't know if they're rebuilding or trying to win. Carolina
Yeah,
Panthers.
this is
They don't.
Yo, week
now.
one,
What do you think about week 1?
Carolina.
No, Browns, bro.
Nah,
Bro,
Oh,
I'm
Browns
sorry.
Carolina.
kill them.
This is gonna be
Okay, we gotta look at matchup wise. How is Carolina has a good defense, but I don't think they're gonna stop the Browns running game. And we know the Browns are gonna run the ball because Deshaun Watson, there's no way he plays. There's no way he
yeah,
plays
especially
week 1.
week 1.
He has
Yeah.
0 suspension though.
It's gonna come out that he's gonna be if he's
If he's
If
not
he
suspended
plays,
and Calvin
I'm
Ridley's
getting a
suspended for a
jersey.
year, there's gonna
Oh
be
my.
riots.
You
Roger
know,
Goodell's
there's the
gonna get
same.
fired.
You know, there's the same lawyer that had Robert Kraft's case has Deshaun Watson's case, and Robert.
Okay, but
Kraft has nothing.
no one
right?
give.
all right. Robert Kraft did something way less bad.
He
than
just
Deshaun
got up.
Watson.
He just went up with a
Deshaun Watson-
prostitute.
You got like, yeah, you got like a
It was
hand. It's
consensual.
not that bad.
Yes, Robert. It's basically getting.
It's
like
just weird. It's just weird because he's
what
150 years old.
Kraft
So
did.
you think
Deshaun
think
Watson
that-
sexually assaulting girls?
You
Yeah.
really think that the Browns pay 200+ million? They're not going to have him week 1.
Yes.
I don't
No.
really think they like doing that by choice. but
they-
I think
don't
what
have
happened with
choice.
it-
I don't think the choice thing on the Browns part. I think
My
the,
man
I
will
think the
be
Panthers
in the
win.
poop brown colors week 1, suited and booted for putting
I
45.
think-
Ethan,
over
come
the
on,
Panthers'
bro.
head.
Come
Ethan,
on.
I
Yes,
think
if
this-
Deshaun Watson plays, the Panthers easily win that game. But I think, all right,
I-
if Deshaun Watson plays, the Browns easily win.
The reason why the Browns traded for him is because he beat the first case. Then the other 25 came after.
Yeah, he lied. He literally lied to them. He said, "Oh, there was no other things," and then he got
It's so
the rest of the
clear.
case on him.
Like they originally went Deshaun Watson. I never did anything, and now his lawyer's like, he doesn't like a happy ending. He doesn't like a little like handy once in a while. Like they're clearly backtracking. He's done stuff wrong.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
telling you
no-
right now.
If he no Ethan. If he plays, this is literally an embarrassment on the league.
Yes, dude.
I think
That's-
my opinion, I think they're still gonna give him a suspension that's not even he should have a 2-year suspension. That's my
what
opinion.
I think's gonna happen is this stuff now.
But he's gonna get 6 games. That's my opinion.
I think he's gonna get suspended as the tag indefinitely and then get brought back next year. Same thing with Myles Garrett.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's not crazy.
Because people will be happy with that, and Roger Goodell just wants to please the people. He's like,
Yeah.
all right, everybody thinks it's indefinitely, then he'll basically be able to appeal it. Once the appeal goes through, next year he'll play.
Yeah, but saying
That's what's happened multiple times. with
saying
players.
that Deshaun Watson's gonna play, that's for week 1. That's might be the stupidest thing.
that
If you're so sure, Ethan, put your money on it because the odds are probably like plus 9,000.
yeah, it's
Probably more.
Either way,
Panthers
He'll be
win.
in the poop Browns.
I think the
week 1,
Panthers
baby.
win.
Honestly, now
I
I'm thinking
agree
about it.
too. For one reason, Christian McCaffrey will be healthy.
Yeah, that is true. Panthers
Dude,
always,
Yes, you can always look at the Browns and like, damn, like their roster is good through paper, but bro, it's the Browns.
but it's
And
Jacoby.
they're
also-
also
you
missing.
know
It's
what
gonna be
I mean?
Jacoby
and
Brissett
it's
playing.
Jacoby Brissett playing.
Baker
I have a
Mayfield's gonna be
sneaky
mad.
future. I have a sneaky future I want to bring up. I think DJ Moore is going to lead the league in receiving yards.
That's
Best
not crazy to
QB,
say.
He gets
Best QB. What do you mean?
He's
best
ever
QB?
had. He's ever
That's
had.
he's
Oh,
ever
okay,
had.
okay.
and has better better people around him, better offensive line.
Hold on, you
And
said
he's already
DJ
racked up
Moore's
in crazy
leading the
numbers
league?
You
with
were
his
not
Alvin
leading the
Howard.
league. I don't know where you're coming with that from, but
But I think he's gonna have.
Leading the league.
I think
Do you
he
not
easily-
know who Jamar Chase is? Do you
Bro.
not know who Cooper Kupp is? Do you not know who Devontae is?
It's not gonna be either of them. It's not gonna be any of them. If anything, my best bet have
Is
him in
Justin
fucking
Jefferson.
him. Actually, no. Maybe CeeDee Lamb's my sneaky pick. CeeDee Lamb's my sneaky.
I like
pick.
that as
Amari
well.
Cooper in
Ethan,
Dallas.
I'm picking something fun here. I'm not like
Yeah, like,
You want to go like,
and it's not going to be
Hugh
Devontae Adams. I'll put
I mean,
money on
it's
it's
a
not Devontae.
sneaky pick, but
Yeah, just
Never
wait.
know.
If he does,
I mean, he's going to be
oh
a
my
top 10
God.
receiver next year. I think that's my
Oh,
opinion.
for sure,
Yeah,
dude.
100%.
He's
And
gonna.
I think I'm just saying it because like I'm purely objective. Matt just loves.
That's
him.
saying because he went to Maryland.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
we
I
also
actually
have
like
to bring
DJ
that
Moore a
up.
ton. I seriously do.
Yes, because he went to Maryland.
If
Like,
I all right, I don't like Baker. I like DJ Moore is going to have a breakout. I mean, he's already had great years. He's already had 1,000 yards.
I
4
mean,
years.
he's
in a row.
consistently 4 years
Yes,
in a row. Yeah,
and
he's
he puts up
consistent.
numbers with terrible QB. Did you look at the QBs he had last
And look at the
year?
guys he
Sam
has next
Darnold,
to him.
Cam Newton.
Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson was terrible last year.
Yes, he's going to
I don't know,
be,
2 years
and they have a better offensive line. He's going to be really, like I said, not leading the league in touchdowns, maybe not receptions, but yards. He also is absurd at yak, dude.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's move on to the next game. Giants at home. They
I
played
think
last
the
year.
Panthers start out 2-0.
They played last
I
year.
definitely.
What was the score last year? Because I remember I had money on it. And
I
I
can
lost
look
Oh
it
it.
my God. They brought in that terrible QB because Cam Newton sucked. It was the week after he went, I'm back.
Oh, yeah, and didn't they? Oh, yeah, they got fucking blown out. The Giants beat the shit out of them. I
No,
agree
the
with this.
Giants, they lost still, but it was
It
one of
was
the worst football
25 to
games I've ever
3. The
watched.
Giants won.
Yeah,
Really?
Giants won. I told you I had
Giants won
money on it.
25
I had
to
money on the
3.
Panthers. They lost.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, 2-0. I
Saints.
agree with that.
Yeah, I
think-
agree.
I-
2-0.
But
Saints.
this is where it
Say
starts going
Saints?
down now.
Yeah,
This is where it starts
lose,
going.
They
Cardinals,
lose,
San
lose,
Francisco,
lose,
Tampa
lose, Lose.
lose, win.
lose.
Wait, hold on. This
Oh,
off the bye. This could be another loss, Hockey.
no.
I mean, look,
How
they're
many-
on
how
a
many did
losing
they-
streak.
how much
They're on
did
a
they lose
losing
in a row?
streak.
They're off
Bro,
the bye and
1,
they're
2,
playing
3,
one of
4.
the worst teams in
Bro, the
football.
Seahawks have me throwing at quarterback, bro. They're not winning.
Yes.
Drew Lock's
The
substantially more
Seahawks-
athletic
The
than you.
Seahawks and
That's
the
cap.
What are you talking about? Drew Lock could bench you.
all right. Drew Lock he's nowhere near good, but he's not you at QB.
Yeah, he's not you at quarterback.
But
I mean, if you want to, you can go look at the
Bruh.
Saints like previous 4 games before that.
if I'm
Yeah,
being
they're
honest,
coming off it.
if I'm going, I think the Seahawks and Houston are going to be literally
Terrible.
like I
Terrible.
would throw up having to watch them. Like they're going
Let's.
to
Can we look at the Seahawks real quick?
Look at the
Let's look at the Seahawks. I want to look at.
the 4 games before it.
They're gonna be.
That- Because the Panthers on a 4-game or losing streak at that point.
So they play Rams, Raiders.
Lose. They have a
Lose,
hard
lose.
4 too.
So the fuck.
And the bye is a huge help. The Matt Rule
Yeah.
is like
Yeah,
a
I think
dumbass.
the
He
Panthers.
doesn't live in
I agree
rule
with that.
on
And
himself.
then I think
but he's still not,
lose. They lose the last 4.
Lose, yeah, 100%.
Yes.
No, 100%. I agree with that
I
completely.
just Matt Rule. He
any
walks
any
around with a bib and drools on it, dude.
any
Yeah, he's
issues
got
with
no
this?
neck.
Anyone got issues with this?
That's
We're all
Arthur
commonly
He was a
agree.
good coach at
4 and
Baylor. though.
13. Yep, that's their under 2. They're under 5.5.
Again, yeah.
I would,
It's a terrible division.
yeah, I would
2 of
bet
the worst
both
teams in
those.
the league. 2 bottom 5 teams.
I think the Saints aren't going to be that bad at all.
No, I
Saints
think
are
the
gonna be
Saints
good
and
if
the
2
everybody
bottom
stays
5
healthy.
teams. The Panthers and the Falcons.
I think this South division and the other South division are very similar, and both the bottom teams are drastically like worse than
Than
the
the
2
top
teams.
2.
Yeah,
I
the
think
Jags
the
aren't
Se-
that bad. The Jags aren't that bad.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like
but I also- I
somewhat of
think
a
the
middle
Saints-
ground almost.
Yeah.
And the Bucks are better than the Titans and the Colts. I think.
You know, 100%.
I would agree.
I agree with that too. So let's go on.
Both 4-0 in
Next,
the division so far.
Are we going Bucks now?
yeah, we're going Bucks.
There
No,
we
no,
go,
do them last.
baby.
Do the.
You want to do them last?
No, because
Yeah.
I feel like
No, let's do them now.
no. Let's do this because I feel
You
like
do
there's
it.
going to be a very contentious games with the Saints. Like we want to talk about that here.
All right, here we go.
No,
Alright,
no.
Cap, week 1, you better change
But they always-
that.
Ethan said you said that they always start off like 2-2 every year, right?
I mean, realistically,
So I think they
this
could
is-
lose to the Saints right here.
I think they as well
home.
because the Saints are at home and the Saints they play very
They play
well.
the Bucks very well, and the
Tom
Bucks always
Brady.
start off pretty slow.
Look, Ethan,
Okay.
I'm-
I've been a fan for
I
20
think-
years.
I think the Saints win here, but I think you're not going to get swept by them this year. I think you'll
Oh,
get
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't.
I don't
agree
think
with
he
that.
gets
Legit
swept.
take.
Yeah.
Legit take. Who's being QB for the Saints?
J-Bo.
Jabo,
J-Bo.
So
30
you
for
think
30 to
J-Mo,
go.
You
Bro,
think J-Mo the
that's
GOAT
a dub?
is going to kill us?
You lost to
You
who
lost
did
him
you
last
lose to?
year.
Jameis
You lost to Ian
tore his
Book.
ACL and you guys
You lost
lost.
to Ian Book.
Yeah,
Yes, that's terrible.
Come on,
they-
Ethan.
Ethan,
Saints win that game.
No, it's
Ethan, I
just-
know they lost. They lost. I think
You think they
I
sweep
think
the
you guys
Saints?
win the other at home. I think you guys both split
Yeah.
at
Do you think?
home.
Wait. Do you think you guys are gonna sweep the Saints?
Here's my opinion. I think we beat the Cowboys.
Okay,
Yes.
agreed.
I think we beat the Saints. I think we lose to Green Bay.
okay. I was going to say that too.
And I think we beat the Chiefs.
See, I have it a little bit differently. I think you guys beat the Cowboys, lose to the Saints, beat Green Bay, lose to the Chiefs.
I
I
would
think
agree with
Green
what
Bay
Matt
is more
said.
of a solid team than the Chiefs are. Chiefs defense are frauds. Green Bay
No,
stacked.
dude. Did he watch the draft? They drafted Karlaftis, who's a good defensive end. They got Trent McDuffie, and they also picked up better players. Their defense is a much more improved system.
Yeah.
So-
No, I
so
agree with
Matt, I have
that.
a
I think
question for you.
Karlaftis is going to be really good for them.
Yes.
Matt, I have a question
and
for
Trent
you.
McDuffie's one of the best slot corners out of the draft. Or he
In the
is-
I have a
NFL.
question for you.
In the NFL, maybe.
Yes.
And played, yeah, but yeah, it could be.
I have a question for you.
What?
Just like the QBs that you said, everyone takes a year. They could be studs in college, but NFL is a whole different ballgame. It's year one.
That's not the same as QB. QB, you have so much.
But it kind of is. The pace
No,
of play.
not really.
Not at all.
guys.
Not at all.
No, the QB
No, Ethan, I'll
has
give you
the
the-
ball
is
and
running
making way
the-
more
yeah.
decisions than any of
That's
the
really not
position
close
in
at
the
all.
NFL at all.
Okay,
Ethan.
so hold on. You're a DN playing college ball. Then you have to go up against 6'5", 340 Tristan Wirfs.
Okay, let me give you an
That's a
example.
huge
Let me
difference.
How do
rebuttal.
you know
Let me
he's going to be on that side, Ethan?
You said a D end.
Yeah, no,
You-
Ethan makes
you're
a valid
not
point.
left and right- You're not moving Wharfs to your left tackle and right tackle back and forth by the other side. Karlaftis is lining up.
Ethan.
Some of the times he's going to go
Two
against
end, you know
that.
that, right?
I
You
think
make-
you guys also have a worse offensive line. You lost.
We
Ali
lost
Marpet.
Ali Marpet.
Yeah.
He's
I
a,
think that's
yeah,
a big loss.
that's a huge loss. We still have Jensen though, so that's a huge plus.
Yeah, but I think you guys beat Green Bay. I think Green Bay is going to start out slow because of the rough receiving core.
I'm gonna agree with that.
And I think you guys lose to the Chiefs are a really good team, Ethan. They have
I just don't
agree.
think
I would
they have
agree
the
with that.
offensive firepower to keep up, and their defense is not that great.
The defense is a much more improved system, and you saw what they did last year.
Yeah,
They
the defense got better.
started out really bad, and then they switched and they grew, and that system's still pretty much the same.
Okay, so Matt, I guess my question that I'm trying to figure out with you is who's covering my 3 receiver set? Because Russell Gage is not a wide receiver 3.
All right.
Ethan, can
Well-
I rebuttal here? Matt,
Yeah.
let me rebuttal here. You're saying, oh, they're coming out of college, they're not going to be that good. You're comparing to quarterback. Quarterback, you have a lot more going through your head. I'll give you 2 examples. Last year's draft, Micah Parsons. He came straight out of college. He was one of the best players in the NFL.
He's
Jamar Chase.
also a freak. There's a
Okay,
difference.
these guys are freaks too. They were top
The-
draft picks.
Ethan,
That's a difference.
No, it's not. They
What
come
happened
You're
from
looking
with
at
programs.
Aaron
Aaron
Donald
Donald?
type talent.
They
Ethan.
play the same college programs. That's
Ethan,
not. He's not Aaron Donald.
All right, so what about
Call him the
what about
draft.
what about Pat
Rashawn
Surtain?
Slater?
Hold on, you guys 2 different things.
Yeah, let Brett go, Matt. Matt, let Brett
I
go.
would say your edge rushers, one of the hardest positions, has some of the most talented people. You're saying about offensive tackles coming and do insane, like Rashawn Slater, Tristan Wirfs was insane as a rookie.
Yeah,
It's all adjusting, but it's nothing near as hard as a quarterback to
You
adjust.
can't blame
I
it
see
on
what you're
nothing-
trying to say.
Nothing's close to being a QB.
I feel like QB was a bad comparison, but I'm trying to say is there's always a
no, I agree with that. I agree
There's
with that.
always a
Ethan.
curve to get up to.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
NFL
no,
speed.
100%.
Yeah.
There's guys who are freaks, like Michael Parsons. You said he's a freak.
They're also
But the-
4 weeks into this.
Yeah, like they're
That's
gonna.
Not
true.
week 1.
That's true.
Are
I
we
just
gonna
think
agree on
Najee-
this?
Your guys aren't bad. I'm saying you guys lose to the Chiefs.
Yo, week 8 finna get crazy.
All right. Either way, I think you guys then beat the Steelers.
Yeah, 100%. Steelers are out.
Panthers will
Oh
walk.
shit!
Here's the game, baby.
L
Here's
alert!
the game.
L alert!
All right, let's go a little in depth here.
All
So I would argue that you have the better quarterback. You probably have the better offense. On paper wise, I
On
think
paper, yes.
I don't think you guys can stop us running the ball. I don't think there's a team who can stop
We have
us.
the
running
number one rush defense.
Run
in
him
the
on
league.
down.
I mean, you're getting the guys are getting older though. You got to think about that. You guys are getting older.
I mean, we lost JPP. That's
You
a
lost
huge, That's a
JPP.
huge loss.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like come
so
to the Ravens.
I get it, but we do have the number 1 rush defense.
That
past
is
2
true.
years.
That is true,
Now,
but
once
everyone's
again,
getting older. Everyone's
you're-
getting.
If you're telling me I got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase lining up, bro, we're getting put 45 on us. But if you're going to talk about a running game plan, I think we can compete.
I also have a question for you, Ethan.
I would love to have an answer.
This is kind of off topic. Are you kind of nervous about the coaching?
That's what I was gonna. No, that's what I was gonna say earlier, Matt. Listen.
Like I
I
would be
also kinda
nervous
forgot that
about
Bruce
BA
Arians
there,
retired.
dude.
Um,
I would be a little bit nervous.
I would say my
Not on the
opinion,
offensive
honestly,
side, but on the it's kind of I would be kind of nervous.
I think BA is going to have more of an opinion on the kind of coaching scheme and what we run more than people realize. He's still in the front office. I understand he's not on the field day in and day out making plays, but he's definitely going to still have a hand in it. That's my opinion. I think the AB situation screwed him out of coaching. He went to the office, but I definitely think knowing BA, the guy he is, he's just not going to be able to just be completely
But
hands off.
I've heard that Brady doesn't didn't really like him. He liked him as a coach, but also had his disgruntles with him.
Well, Matt, you got to think we're talking about arguably the best quarterback ever.
Yeah, he had-
How do you coach him?
But
He
do you
didn't like
think
Bill
Tom Brady's
Belichick
going to
either.
want him keep on nosing his way into the scheme? If I was Brady and I was like, all right, he finally moved on, I'll be kind of pissed. Be like, dude, you're no longer the head coach. You're no longer a part of the coaching staff. Let us run this.
I mean, I
Brady
don't even think
Practically
this is
a coach on the field.
I don't think this is a hot take, but I don't think no matter who you are, I don't care if it's Belichick, Brady's Brady. If he's going to make a check down or change a play, he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants. So it doesn't even matter what coach is really there, to be honest with you. Brady's just going to be Brady. So that's my opinion on it. Like, I hate to say it, our current coach, you could be the coach. And if you told him to play and he didn't believe in it, he's going to check it down at the line.
I don't think anyone's listening to Matt as a head coach. So
Well, Ethan, this is my opinion. I was going to say it earlier when we were talking about the matchup with the Saints. This is why I think you're going to lose this game. Because you look at the Saints, they also lost their head coach. They lost Sean Payton, a great coach. But you look at the guys that went in and replace him, they've been in the system for 20 years. Their coordinator's been on the team for 20 years. So I think they have a culture set up where you look at Todd Bowles. Last time he had coached, he was bad.
Yeah, Tom Brady is the culture of that team.
He's a dog.
Once Tom Brady leaves, that team has no culture, no identity.
Yeah, and Todd Bowles, like Todd Bowles. I wouldn't go that far, Matt.
Did you guys have one before?
Devin White is definitely going to be our glue after
All
Tom Brady.
right, Devin White. Did you guys have a culture and an identity before?
No, you guys.
Oh no.
Team.
But I'm saying Tom Brady's teaching Devin White, who's a young buck who's going to be there for a long time.
Devin White playing QB?
No, you know what he means. You know what he means.
I know what you mean, but it's also I think it's hard to build a culture like that in a couple of years. I think there's very few teams that do have one. I think.
Okay, so let's flip it on its head. When the Ravens in the early 2000s, who was their leader? Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. They weren't a quarterback.
They're arguably the top players in their position.
Ray ran that team.
You mean the best defensive duo
the best
of all
linebacker
time?
and the best safety of all time?
What I'm trying to say is it's possible.
Yeah. Okay. Don't be comparing him to Ed Reed, the best safety of all time.
It's
don't compare him to the best
saying
defensive duo
two
of all
players
time.
that are like arguably like top 20 players ever to Devin White.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he could be
also,
that.
if we're being
He was a fringe top 10
Ravens
linebacker.
2000 defense, Ethan, is the best defense of all time. Like the Bucks don't have the best defense of all time.
No, we don't.
We also I think it's also hard because half that team was together already when Brady came and made that culture. So some of them, I think it's really hard to grow something like that. I think
Lamar.
teams, I think probably like 8 teams have a identity culture and just a team. You know what they're going to get in and out.
Yeah, no, that's why I said in the beginning.
I think
it's going to take Todd Bowles a little bit to get acclimated. I'm not saying he's going to be a terrible coach. They still have an amazing roster. I don't think it's going to be hard for him, but he's got to get used to it. It's a different job. Whereas the Saints, they've had these guys in the system for 20, 15 years.
They're one of the teams that are always going to be good year in, year out.
We saw it last year. They were a pretty good team, and they literally, their situation was terrible.
Book as QB half the time.
Yeah, and their salary cap situation was terrible, and they fixed it. Their front office is competent. Come on.
Also coming off 3 pretty easy weeks.
So I will say this.
To a hard game.
I will say this. Brett brought up a great point. We're going off 3 easy weeks. We're going to go into a hard game. I think the catalyst here, and this is my honest opinion, is week 8 really depends on Kyle Hamilton and how he develops. If you can keep us out of a no-fly zone and you can keep Mike Evans off the sidelines, you can keep Godwin and Russell Gage from cutting you up in the middle of the field, then I think you guys beat us.
I have a crazy hot take.
It's going to be Marcus Williams more than
I have a crazy.
Marcus Williams also knows they played for the Saints.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear my crazy hot take?
What is it?
I think this secondary with the Ravens could be the best secondary in Ravens history.
That sounds ridiculous to say.
I don't think it's ridiculous. I really think it depends on how does Kyle.
Dude, I think Kyle Hamilton's the real deal. Marcus Williams. You can still throw in Chuck Clark there once, around there as just a little
Humphrey,
Army knife.
Tony Jefferson, big hitter.
Kyle, you're not gonna like my
Peters.
take.
Oh my god, dude! I think
Peters is a bust, bro. At this point, you need to
call bust. What do you bust?
What do you mean a
bust? All-pro
player.
What do you mean bust?
After his
he's
injury,
old.
he's not worth that money.
What do you mean?
I think
he's regressing because he's getting old. But
how old do you think Marcus Peters is?
He's 29, isn't he?
I think he's 28.
Yeah.
But still,
it's a good option at second. Don't talk about the
level as
he's a second option.
He has 2 insane really good safeties, one projected out, and one already is a really good safety. You watch Marcus Williams.
So I have a question for you, Matt.
Yeah.
If you have a 29-year-old coming off a serious injury, regardless if you have 2 great safeties behind him and you have Marlowe on the other side, is he worth that huge contract when you can use that?
That's why we're going to trade him next year.
Yeah,
that's why
I never brought up the contract. I'm saying this year. I'm talking
about
week
this
8. I
year.
don't give a shit about next year. I'm talking about week 8.
Okay.
Obviously,
so you're talking
no,
about
Ethan, I
just
agree.
this year.
He's
not
not
as a
worth the
four-
money.
Can you tell me who the Ravens played the prior weeks? 6, 7.
Yeah. 6, 7. We play Giants, Browns,
Bucks.
Bengals.
Buck-
No, Bengals.
Bucks.
No, it's
Oh yeah, we play
Andy.
Bengals, Giants, Browns. I think we win easily. Probably win these 2 games, and then
We're kind of in the same situation, and we
Yeah.
do have 2 easier games.
yeah.
So coming from me as a Bucks fan, my last opinion is depending on how Peters recovers and how Kyle Hamilton plays, I think it's a big determinant of that game.
Yeah, I know, Ethan. I completely agree with that.
I
but
think it's going to be an insane. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Bucks win. Like I would.
Oh,
Yeah,
not-
no, I
no.
wouldn't either.
like, I
Of course,
wouldn't-
there's bias behind all of us saying that.
yeah, it's just.
But I do
could
I
see
do
it
think it's
going
obviously
either
gonna be a
way.
close game.
I think it's a 3-point game, honestly.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game too.
I
If
think
anything.
I was
this
gonna
could honestly be
say-
the Super Bowl.
I just
I
want
think
to
it's
say
a coin toss, to be honest.
give
I
an
don't care
early
which
score
way you put it.
prediction.
I think it's a coin toss.
Stefano, I'll let you decide, but you know what you have to decide.
all I'm gonna say is Lamar gonna retire 2-0 against the GOAT
yeah. Look,
if they
Ethan.
don't play again.
Ethan, you guys have an amazing rush defense, but those are against traditional run teams. Like you're playing traditional run team. Nobody runs the ball like the Ravens. Come on.
Nobody's ever seen an offense like this.
Yeah, no one runs the ball like the Ravens. Like you got to
Right.
take into account these guys got to catch it to Lamar. I'm gonna give it to you though. I'm
boy
just gonna be
Lamar
honest.
beefing
I'm
up.
gonna give it to you, even though I think we
Not
win
mad
that
at
game.
it. Yeah, I think
I'll
we'll
give
give
you guys
it.
a game
You can have it.
because you guys
I
do have
wouldn't
a
be
great.
surprised.
We
at
might
all.
change it when we review our schedule.
Yeah, we might change. it.
I wouldn't be surprised at all, but I can't say the Bucks would win.
I
Nah.
think so. Here's
I think you beat
the
the
next
Rams.
hot
Ooh,
take, Stefano.
I think
I
they
don't
beat
know
the
about
Rams.
that, Steph.
Stefano,
Yeah.
I think we beat the Rams. Brady
I
is
agree.
pissed from last playoff game.
Yes, I think if I'm being honest, what I feel is we beat them.
44-34.
Brady's pissed off of loss, pissed off of the playoff game. I think they beat the Rams kind of handily.
I don't know
I
about that
agree.
pissed off. I think he's gonna be pissed off, but you're acting like
Right.
he's gonna like want to kill someone.
Yeah, I don't.
Brady also
He's not a
wanted-
murderer.
Brady was also gonna retire and go into management in Miami. Like I think he even said it himself. The
So he's gonna be a
fire, he's
QB.
losing it a little. He's losing the fire a little. He's still gonna be a top 5 quarterback. He's still the GOAT, but
Yeah,
it's
he's
not
not
what it
going to
was.
wake up against the Seattle Seahawks and want to kill him. But after a team the way they
True.
lost, I
True.
think he wants to beat the. That's going to be one of the bigger games of the year.
Yes, I agree with that. I
And
think
now I'm
back
looking
to
at
back-
it, bro. I think we beat you guys, bro. Like I'm just looking at the.
Just the scheduling.
I mean, I think
I'll key. You guys.
All right, we're putting if the way it's projected out, we're making the Bucks the 1 seed. I'm assuming.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
I mean, that's
realistic.
fair. No,
But
that's
yeah,
fair.
that's fair.
I think they're gonna be
Well,
the 1
but
seed.
I said I think week 8 could easily be a Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 8 and 9 are both toss ups. I think either
I
way.
key.
depending on
Yo,
who
someone's
you
gotta
talk
call
to.
it.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
just put it at that. Make a tie. Make it. a
No,
tie.
we're not making a tie. We'll keep it like that.
All right.
We'll talk about it later. We
So
talk
we
about
I think
we'll
they beat the Browns.
Beat the
I think they
Browns.
beat the Saints here.
Be the
I think
Saints at
they-
home. Lose to the Niners.
Really?
Niners home.
they could lose 2 in a row. I could see 2 in a row here, but I don't think I'm gonna. We're not gonna sweep the AFC West, bro.
We're gonna
Like-
lose.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose to the Bengals. I'm telling you that right now.
No, I can see that. Too.
I
mean,
agree with
AFC
that.
North.
I don't.
Ethan, are you fine with this losing 2 in a row? I could see this right here.
Yeah, and then
I
I think,
think-
we beat the Cardinals. We beat the Falcons. We should
Yeah.
be a 13-3
That
team
puts
or
us what,
14-3 team.
No, I
whatever.
think it's 14-3.
13
yeah,
and
13-4. That's
13 and
probably
4.
right, give or take a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I
we
think-
said,
I think you could end 13-4 with maybe the Ravens win. You guys beat the Niners, but I think
Yeah.
13-4 is pretty
those
realistic.
2 games are toss ups. I think that's very realistic.
I'm just
Yeah.
going this game off the fact I don't think you're sweeping one of the best divisions in football. Like
No,
obviously you're
I
gonna beat
agree
the
with that.
Cardinals and Seahawks, but like the Rams, okay, you're gonna get pissed at them. But like the Niners, are gonna
They're
be a
real.
good team.
Niners are a
Yeah,
good
they're
team.
real.
Yeah.
And at that
You
point,
guys
in
have
the-
a tough
at that
ass
point in the
schedule.
season, Trey Lance is gonna be good too. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at week what 15.
I mean, look at him
14?
right down there.
So
And-
yeah,
And
13
Yeah,
and 4.
13-4. That's what a lot of people have said. I think it's pretty realistic. Some games could flip flop, but 13-4 is pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Pretty
I'm gonna tell you
close.
right now, I'll get it on camera. Jamar and T. Higgins are gonna gritty all over us, so I'm not even.
Bro,
worried
the
about that.
Bengals are good, but they're not that good, bro. Calm down, bro.
They're gonna be good.
Ethan, they won 8 games last year in the regular season. Okay, they made it to the Super Bowl. In the regular season, 8 games, they won by 3 or less points. That
And the
could
line-
easily
Realize,
that could
but
easily
realize
go
their
the other way.
offensive line was me, you, Matt, and Brett. Right? That was literally their offensive line.
Okay, their offensive line got better. The
Do you
teams
think the
they're playing
Lions?
are
Do
also
you
a
think the
lot
Lions
better.
are really good then? Because they lost like I swear 15 games by less than
I
like
mean,
5
the Lions,
points.
Lions are going to be a good team next year. I think they're going
They
to
will
be
be.
a better
I'm
team.
saying,
That
I'm
boy
saying
Jamal
last
Williams, the
year,
running back's gonna be
last year they
goat.
were so close to winning like 10 games. I swear, literally 10 games. They were within 5 points.
Okay, but you just compared again the Bengals to Lions.
I'm just saying you're saying their wins are.
I'm
within
not.
a
No,
few
I'm not
points.
saying. I'm just saying like don't
lot-
become. People are
the
coming out here
Bengals-
saying the Bengals are. Oh, the Bengals are the best team in the NFL.
No.
They lost to the
Nobody's
Jets, bro.
saying that.
No, the
No
I
one
lot of
said
think
people
the
that.
saying
Bengals.
I
A lot
don't
of
think
people
anyone
are saying
said
that.
that.
A lot of people are saying that, bro. They're
I
not a
think
top
the
5
Bengals-
team in the
the Bengals will
NFL.
still
They're
be
not a
good.
top
No,
5
they're
team in the
not.
NFL.
They're not.
They're
They'll still be
barely
good.
top 10.
They're not top 5 in the AFC, in my opinion.
Yeah, Haller capping. I'm not getting on this topic.
Who's
Brian.
better?
Don't,
The
don't
Ravens.
put me in with
Y'all
them.
are-
The
we can
Bengals will be
have-
good. The Bengals.
this
will
can
a
be a
good team.
different-
Don't listen to that.
Ravens, Chargers,
Hmm.
Chiefs, Raiders. I'm not
Bengals.
putting and I'll put the Raiders right there. I'm not putting the Broncos. The Broncos are not good.
Did you
Bro.
forget about the
Bills?
Bills?
Bills, they're 6. Bills are Bills, Ravens,
I think they're
Chiefs.
better
are
than the
top 3
Raiders.
teams. That's a
I think
toss
the
up. They
Bengals-
could be 5 or 6.
There's a Super Bowl hangover. They got so all right.
Hey,
You're
moving on
just
to the
saying it
point.
because you
I'm not going on
hate
my
the
rant.
Bengals.
I'm gonna agree. I hate the Bengals. Listen,
They'll
I
still be a
want
good
to
team.
murder the Bengals.
They also have the best wide receiver tandem in the league right now.
okay. You know who also had a great wide receiver tandem, one of the best defenses, and then fucking fell off like a cliff because their quarterback's top 10 in the league. Oh, this Joe Burrow's top 10, but he's not top 5. Oh, the fucking Jaguars. The Jaguars went to the AFC Championship and then shit the bed. Shitty poverty franchises do what poverty franchises do, bro.
With
They
Blake
shit the
Bortles?
bed. Yeah, Blake fucking Bortles.
There's also going to be turmoil with Jesse
Wait,
Bates.
what?
Yeah, Jesse Bates. They
He
drafted his
doesn't want to
replacement.
play on the franchise tag. Joe Burrow and him or Jamar Chase are all partying together. And the Bengals are notorious for not spending any money at all.
Yeah,
and
they're
they don't
stingy.
spend money. They're not going to pay Jamar Chase. They
What?
also got
Not paying Jamar Chase?
No,
I
they're
meant,
not.
I meant Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
Bates.
No, they're
About
stingy.
to say,
Matt's right.
Jamar Chase probably
They have the
tagged,
they have the
bro.
stingiest owner.
Yeah.
That's literally a fact. They have the stingiest owner in the NFL.
Yes. All right,
He doesn't.
let's move on to
5-1 in the
different- Let's
division.
move on to the Saints. I could
Yeah.
spend years on this.
Might have messed with that. Saints 5-1
All
in the
right,
division.
5-1 so far.
Crazy.
I think they
Vikings
beat the Vikings.
win.
Yep.
Lose. Cardinals usually start out hot. I'd say
We have the
lose.
Bengals sweeping that division.
I think they could.
I think they
could
beat.
too.
I think the Saints could beat them.
I think the Saints could beat them, but I
You
think
think
the
the
Bengals
Saints start
sweep
off-
them.
No, I don't think so.
You
Saints
really
start
think
out
the
hot.
Saint? You think the Bengals sweep that division?
I think put it
I mean,
this
they
way.
have
I
two
think
easy
that if
dubs.
you're-
Possible.
The only way that you're beating the Bengals is offensive firepower, and the Saints just don't have it. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be the Bucks.
Yeah, no, I don't think the Bucs-
I think the way you can beat the Bengals is just running the ball down their fucking throat, and that's what Alvin Kamara could do.
Holy shit.
I mean, I get where you're.
I don't
coming
think it's
from,
running
but-
down their throats. Not gonna be
Well,
them. I
Lenny.
think getting
Well,
pressure on the
Lenny.
quarterback.
Yeah,
Getting pressure on the
what about
quarterback.
that boy
Lenny gained
Lenny,
like
baby?
30 pounds, bro. He looks
Exactly. He beefing up.
Eddie Lacy P
fat,
too.
bro.
Trenches. He
Hey.
beefing up for the trenches.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Don't ever disrespect Lambardi Lenny like that ever
Oh,
again.
I love playoff Lenny.
I could
Nah,
see
it's
him winning this.
Lambardi Lenny. He upgraded.
No, I think the Bengals won that.
But yeah, I think the Bengals win it. But like, thing is, I think you're both wrong. I think it's not firepower, and I don't think it's fucking. Obviously, firepower has to do with it. You got to be at least like comparable. I don't think you need better firepower than them. I think you need to get to the quarterback. I think that's the most important thing because if you get to him, and again, they beefed up their offensive line, but like, this motherfucker's not stopping Cameron Jordan. Come on, bro. DeMario Davis that in the middle, Marshawn Lattimore. Like, it's gonna be a close game, but I still think the Bengals.
You said getting to the quarterback, and then you just brought up a corner.
Okay, yeah, but I was just saying. I was just bringing up like great player, Marshawn
I-
Lattimore.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Raiders dub.
Ravens. I think
Ravens
y'all beat the
dub.
Saints.
Ravens.
Yes, sir.
They'll
And
beat the Steelers. Rams will beat the Saints.
agree with that.
Niners.
San
I think the Saints
Francisco
will
will
win
I
win
think the
that.
Saints beat the Niners.
You have to think there's random there's matchups. I think the Saints match up really well against. They're not going to be able to run the ball as much with like Debo and have that dynamic offense because they have one of the
Yeah.
better run stopping middle linebackers in the league, regardless, in DeMario Davis. They also have a good secondary. I think that the Saints usually win against a way better team. Like the 49ers, you could say, are like a Super Bowl contending team. I think the Saints aren't that. They're a playoff team. And I think the Saints, they win against those type of opponents, like at least once a year.
No, where are we? Browns.
Browns.
I think the Browns
Um,
win it.
What's their
If
record right
D
now?
Watt's back, yeah, the Saints. I think.
9-7. And
I
I
think
think.
they-
Okay. That's
I
really
think.
I mean, you can flip these
yeah.
games. I mean, if you want to say the Eagles win and then they beat the Browns, but
I think the Saints beat the Browns, but the Eagles beat the Saints. I flip flopped it in my head.
yeah, I agree with that
Yeah.
too. I'm saying
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
10-7. Fair record. I think that's pretty fair. They could win
Pretty
one more
reasonable.
game.
Give or take a game, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's completely
I
fair.
think
Now look at the
another playoff
division.
team.
Shout.
You look at the division right here. Bucks, Saints, Panthers, Falcons. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I think they're a playoff team. They're not a Super Bowl
Damn,
contender.
but look at the AFC West.
Bro,
Stomping it
right
no
now.
way. I don't
They
know about
stomping
that.
it right now.
I seriously don't know about
All
that.
five.
I mean, you
5-0,
also have to think about
and
they're
then
gonna.
4-1.
Yeah, they're 5-0. They play shitty teams, and fuck. I mean, we're gonna have to do some revising, obviously.
Yeah, we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
I think the Saints beat the Raiders.
I mean, that's not.
I think Devontae goes crazy.
That's
on
just like the
Waterman.
Raiders hate. Like, who the fuck is the Broncos, bro? Because the Broncos shouldn't be this fucking good, bro.
Well, they also
Oh, they also
finished
play
pretty bad.
Texans,
them.
the Colts.
they finished pretty
yeah,
bad.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Like, you know, like now it looks bad, but like you also got to know they play each
Yeah.
other. They play other teams. Like,
Yeah,
Uh,
they lose week
most,
3.
a lot of their wins are going to come interdivisional.
I will say the Broncos will finally be able to showcase Jerry Judy's talent. That boy's route running is absurd.
I love Jerry Jeudy too.
Jared Judy is going to have a breakout year. That is my fantasy
Hey.
sleeper.
Hey,
through and
Eagles
through.
number one.
I
in the
mean, he's not
division.
really a sleeper.
The
Everybody
Eagles number
knows
one in the
that.
NFC.
No, I'm saying is to outperform what people think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think they make the playoffs.
hey, let Russ cook. Russ be cooking ramen and OJ, bro. Ass.
Like, let's be real. I think Chiefs, Chargers make the playoffs. Bengals, Ravens probably will make the playoffs. Hopefully the Bengals don't. Bills make it. Titans make it. I think you can make a case that the Broncos miss. I think the
Oh, I
Raiders
think-
are honestly
I
going to
think
be
the
better
Broncos.
than
I
them.
think, in my opinion, I think the Broncos are the worst team in that division.
Same.
I still think they are. I still think the Raiders are better than them.
Yeah.
I agree, but Russ finally has more weapons, in my opinion.
Yeah, his weapons, but he has a
Well,
shitty
no, he
offensive
didn't have
line.
more weapons.
It's not like he doesn't have weapons
DK Metcalf
before.
and Tyler Lockett. That's
Yeah, and then
He's
he
a better
still has a,
offensive
and he
line.
still has a shitty offensive line. So he got worse. I'd say he got worse receivers, slightly better offensive line, but they're still ass. Like,
Better
Yeah,
one.
I see where you're coming from. I was thinking like tight end wise, because like
obviously,
Fant
I think
played
he's gonna
better.
get more help with his defense.
no offense on
on
the
the defensive side.
Seahawks.
You got traded? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you got
put
traded.
Russ
Trade.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, I forgot about
who's
that.
it? Who's their corner?
Mhm.
Is it? Who is
Who's
it?
their corner? Pat Surtain?
Azertan.
No, not corner. Tight end, bro.
Oh, it's a guy with a long name.
Yeah,
He's a
long
rookie.
ass
He
name.
was
Yeah.
a rookie
He's-
last year. He shows
He's pretty
potential.
good. No, he's pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's good, but he's not Noah Fant good.
I was about to say Noah
Well,
Benagavi.
I mean, I guess
or
it's
however
kind of
you say it,
different.
but he's a
It's kinda hard to-
corner.
It's kind of hard to tell now, but you don't think the Saints really win against any winning record teams? It's hard to tell because we only won on two
I
divisions.
said they beat
but
the Raiders.
I'm saying, look at their winning. They're 2-7 against winning teams and 8-0 against losing teams. But it's also hard because we've only done two divisions, so
Correct.
a lot of games haven't been played.
Yeah. Like there's obviously going to change. I mean, we also got to look at it. Like we got to, like, we're not going to get the games 100% right, but like overall
Hey, you never
record
know.
10-7, like I'd say that's what the Saints are. Maybe a little bit better. Maybe a little bit better.
Mhm.
And like give or take a game, like Ethan said, like obviously, but I think the order's right. I
Yeah.
think Bucks, Saints, Panthers, and they're 8th seed
Definitely.
right now. I mean, the Cowboys are like we haven't finished it. They can be a
They're better than the
they can be a
Cowboys.
6th seed. They can be a 6th seed. The Cowboys are ass, bro.
I think the Eagles win that division.
No, I agree
I've been
too.
saying that. They're the
I
number
agree
one seed in
too.
the NFC right now.
I think the Eagles literally have one determining factor, and it's Jalen Hurts. I think the rest of their teams are set up on either side of the ball. I think Jalen Hurts is the big one there.
I think they're going to be really good, dude.
Dude, like, okay, like they have Jalen Hurts. You know what I think this is going to be? Okay, Jalen Hurts is bad. I think this could be a Jimmy Garoppolo situation. They have a good run game, good offensive line, great receivers, great defense. Like their front seven's crazy. Their corners are good. Darius Slade just came off one of the best years in his career. And who they just signed at corner? James Bradbury.
James Bradbury.
He's all right.
Yeah,
It's a good number two
quarterback, he's
option.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
They have a really good defense, and I think they have a good run game. I love any team that can run the ball like that because it's something different.
Yeah.
Like everybody's pass. It's gonna go back. You're gonna need to be able to run the ball down your throat.
I will say this though: if Jalen Hurts has to throw, I mean Devonta Smith underneath, or you have a big target of
A.J.
AJ
Brown.
Brown, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like AJ Brown's a freak of nature, like DK
I mean,
on steroids.
So you gotta-
Devonta Smith was just by himself.
Yeah,
that's-
but now you got AJ Brown.
And that's just going to make everyone else better. Like you said, Devonta Smith. It's going to make their run game better.
Who said that?
Because now you got to think,
Devonta
oh, they could
Who
just
said
throw.
Smith was better than Jalen Waddle?
Who?
I did personally.
Devonta Smith? Oh,
Oh, Ethan, yeah.
he's not. He's not. Jalen Waddle might be better than Jamar. Just watch. Give it
He's
a
not.
couple years.
That's
He's
Give it,
not.
true
give
at
it
all.
3
That's
years.
Jamar,
Give it 3 years.
Jamar Chase and Jalen
It's,
Waddle.
it's blasphemy.
Jalen
Jamar
Waddle
Chase-
is second best.
terrible.
Devonta Smith would have never won that Heisman. if
I'm
Jalen
clipping
Waddle
that
didn't tear his
tape.
ACL. Clip
I'm
it.
clipping
Clip
that
me.
stuff,
Clip me.
man.
Give me
I'm
3 years.
clipping
Give me
that.
3 years when
This
Jamar
is-
Chase
This is how I
Jamar
see
Chase
it.
is gonna
This
have
is
a
how I
mid-year
see it.
next year, and Jalen Waddle's
You
gonna
can't
pop off.
say he's not gonna have a mid-year. He'll be a
Mid
top
to his
receiver.
standards.
He'll be
Mid
a
to his
top.
standards.
Steph,
He said
no.
1 year. What is his standards?
I don't know. People are comparing him with Jesus Christ. They're comparing him to Allah.
No.
All
Like
right,
Allah, like
in,
the
Jamar
old
in no
Chase-
five order. In
Jamar
no
Chase-
five order. Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill. That's the
There's a lot
top
of
5
things wrong there.
receivers in the league.
That's a lot of things wrong right there. Yeah,
No,
Jamar.
that's cap.
There's a lot of
Dude.
things wrong right there. Number 1 is Devontae Adams. Don't say
He
shit.
said no
Devontae-
order.
Oh,
I said no order.
what'd you say again? Who'd you say after
Ethan
Jamar?
I think you're
Devontae
forgetting
Adams,
somebody
Cooper
very-
Kupp, Jamar
Okay.
Chase, Justin Jefferson, and
Tyreek Hill.
fuck, who was my
Said
5?
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
Tyreek
I agree with
Hill.
that. I agree with that.
Ethan, I think you have to take out one of those guys and put in my man Diggs.
You take out Chase. That's what we had on our list.
No,
Take
No,
out Chase.
I don't
and
think
take
I
out
had
Diggs.
that.
All right,
No.
if I'm being honest,
That's what me and Matt had.
you could take out Chase, and I think you would also make a case for taking out Tyreek Hill. Stephon
You would take
Diggs is a
Tyreek Hill
top
out.
5 receiver, no matter what.
you would take Tyreek Hill out because Jamar Chase had insane rookie numbers. Justin Jefferson the
But-
past
but-
2 years
but-
has
but-
numbers nobody's ever
You
seen.
don't know what
in
his
2
second year
years.
numbers are. You're comparing it right
Yeah,
now.
come on, bro. If anyone's assured that they're not going to get removed, it should be Justin Jefferson. He's had 2 years and not even a pass first. They weren't even like pass heavy like that. And he put the past 2 years. We were talking about today, Brett. He has better numbers the past 2 years than Cooper Kupp. And Cooper
Yep.
Kupp had the best season of all time
Yep.
out of any receiver. And he still doesn't have a better stats than him the past 2 years. Why?
Yeah.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase will be the top 2 receivers in the next 3 years.
All right.
100%.
Yeah.
Nobody's arguing that. And if
I
you
think
think
top
Jalen
3,
Waddle
yeah.
is
I don't
your
know.
cap,
I think Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's
Bro,
good, bro. Jalen Waddle's really good.
Oh no, I'm saying Devin was
I
saying
don't
Jamar
like
Chase
Jamar
can have a
Chase like
mid-year
that,
next year.
because
He's
he's
not
a
gonna have
bang.
To his
Yeah.
standards, he's not going to be. He's still going to get
What
1K
is, let me know what
yards.
his standards are. He's played 1 year.
Matt.
Bro, you just heard it.
I'm
He
agreeing.
put him at number 3.
I'm agreeing
That's his
with
standard.
He
Jamar
said
Chase.
no order. I don't know where you're getting
This
this.
is by far
You
the
need to
best
listen.
wide
He said
receiver,
no
but
particular order.
Jalen Waddle's better than Devonta Smith.
Yeah, no, that's his standard. Okay, I'm sorry, I have an opinion.
It's
I've been sticking, and don't
it's
say this is
Chase,
biased.
Waddle, Smith.
And Matt, and you guys know this has never been biased because I've been saying this since college. I've been saying since they were getting drafted. Jalen
I
Waddle's
know,
better
and
than
I
him.
said
So there's
who
no
says
bias
that
here.
Jamar Chase would be number 1.
Yeah, there's no bias here. No, you have bias because
Definitely.
you like.
I will
LSU.
say Waddle
No!
might
he was
have
dude. He was by far the best.
Yeah, because Jalen Waddle tore his ACL. We didn't see him play for a
The year
year.
before when Jamar Chase played.
All right, Jamar Chase didn't play for a year either. He sat out for a year.
Jamar Chase was on the best college team of all time. Just put
Okay,
that in
listen.
perspective.
I mean, the only other team that could come close is Miami.
So Waddle might have more receiver skill sets and attributes than Devontae Smith. I can agree with that. He has more upside potential. But with having Tyreek Hill across from him and having Tua his quarterback compared to Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, Devontae Smith is going to always outperform Jalen Waddle. Tyreek's going to get his touches. Tua's not the greatest quarterback.
Who's better, Tua or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts by a
Hurts.
mile.
Matt, we all have Jalen Hurts. You said Jalen Hurts was a top 15 quarterback.
Yeah, Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts by a mile. And then now you have to share with Tyreek Hill, who just got a bag and who's a superstar in general. Like he's not going to be
Well, he
his
also
full
share with-
potential.
AJ Brown.
I mean,
he's
I don't
he's
think
not better
we
than
can also
Tyreek
say.
Hill, but
All
I'm
right,
gonna close this.
for example, Ethan, all 3 of us didn't have Cooper Kupp as the number 1 wide receiver, and he had arguably one of the better wide receiver years of all time. It's all
Stats don't
Devontae
always.
Adams.
Production isn't always the number one
Yeah.
thing, bro.
You got to
Yeah.
watch the game.
Production-
You got to see the game. You got to have the eye test.
Okay, like you just said it yourself. The Jalen
Jalen
Waddle's in a
Waddle
worse situation.
significantly
You
is-
can't compare that. The situations are different.
Yes.
The situation's worse, so you can't go off the numbers. That's what you're
Yeah.
basically saying.
It's going to be hard.
I'm going off eye test. He's better than Devontae Smith.
Yes, dude.
Just eye test in general. He's quicker. He
He's
honestly
better route runner.
better route runner, better
The only
hand,
thing you can make a
hands
case
maybe.
for is hands.
Yeah, hands.
That's it.
Devontae Smith might have it. Like you're talking about
Okay.
the ability to stretch the field. It's the number one thing in the NFL right now. You got to be able to get downhill. Jalen Waddle probably does it better than a lot of people in the league.
So I have a question for you then.
Yeah, what's up?
'Cause this is going to fire you all up. Is Mike Evans better than that then if you do the eye test, not off stats, because of the plays he makes and the difference he makes in our offensive scheme for the last decade?
Yeah, he's a top 10 receiver. I have him top 10.
Who are you saying? What do you,
Better than who?
what's the comparison?
Better than who?
Because this is the thing. A lot of times people put Mike Evans not even in top 15 because of not the flashy aspect of Mike
I
Evans.
think
but
we
he's
all
a-
had him in our top 10.
No, but no, listen. I'm saying production isn't everything, but production means something still. Like when you've done it for 7 seasons in a row, you have 1K yards. Obviously, you're going to be a top 10 receiver.
Yeah.
It's the production matters, but it's not the full story, you know? And Mike Evans doesn't do anything flashy, but he's a great jump ball receiver. And that's okay. He's
Yeah,
not the
I don't
amazing
get
route
what
runner,
your
but
point is, Ethan. We all agree.
yeah,
okay.
I think what Ethan was trying to say is like, we don't agree with that. and we're using like a double bias there, you know.
He's trying to
Yeah,
put words
because
in
I'm
our
saying if stats don't matter, then Mike Evans is out of the question because it's not flashy.
double
But if you look at his production, he's like one of the most consistent receivers in the game.
No, like production isn't everything, but obviously production matters. That's why Cooper Kupp's still top 3 receiver in the league.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
That
Like,
makes
it's not
sense.
like for me, it's not the full story, and that's why Ethan. That's why we said earlier. When we did the first thing, I said I'd rather have Myles Garrett than B.J. Watt.
I
And
said
like
it as
the
well.
production says
I
B.J.
like
Watt
TJ
or
Watt.
T.J. Watt is better, and I don't hate that. I agree with that, Brett. But like, I'd rather have Myles Garrett, and that's just it.
Better
And
run stopper.
I think we should move on from that because I think we talked enough about like ranking players. We've already done past.
We got into random shit at that.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I like that's good. No,
Oh,
that's good.
well,
I wanna get
one more like quick question. You don't need to elaborate on it. Who's better, Jimmy G or Kirk Cousins?
Kirk
Yeah, I wanna-
Cousins.
That's
Why
it.
is it?
Just got to hear that. That's all I want to hear. All right.
He
So
makes more mistakes.
All right. So Ethan, were you with us last time we did the top 10s?
I
No.
was not.
So the way we have it is we have our top 10s. We usually do like a little bit of honorable mentions at the start. We work from 10 all the way down to 1.
Okay.
Does anybody have honorable mentions? I have like 1, but
I have 3.
Pat Frymouth.
Yep.
Um,
I like Tyler Higbee when he's healthy.
That's a good
Tyler
shot.
Higbee,
I think
one I
about.
want
Dawson
to talk
Knox.
about. Yeah.
I was gonna say, is Dawson Knox anyone's top 10? Because if he's not,
No,
he's
he's not.
definitely an honorable mention.
No,
He had
the-
one breakout
no.
year, but
My
Dawson
3
Knox is in my top 10.
is. Oh,
I
he's
put him
not
right
mine.
outside.
Right on the edge of
I put him right outside at like
I have
12.
him right
I put him
inside.
11 or 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Our list
tight
are
end, there's a
gonna be
lot of
weird.
things.
Yeah,
no,
there's
like
so many
listen.
decent
listen,
tight ends.
There's
a lot of
3 tight
decent
ends. 3 tight ends that are honorable mentions. I think the number 1 is Rob Gronkowski. I think.
He's
He got-
retired, bro.
He retired.
Oh
No,
shit! Then
we are
never
not
mind.
counting
Okay,
him.
then never mind. Never mind. Okay, we
He'd
don't
be,
count
he'd
him.
be top 10 if he
And he would
retired.
be top 10.
I forgot he retired.
Well, you just put him in honorable mention though.
I
Yeah,
would put
that
him
makes-
11. I
bro.
forgot he retired. I thought I would
No,
put him
but
11.
no, but
if
he would be
was
top
playing
10.
right now, he would be top 10 for sure.
Okay, well I would have him 11, but my bad. All right.
so
I'd
how do
have
we
him-
do this? Are we snaking like we all say our 10, we all say
Yeah.
our 9, we all say
Yep.
our 8, or we
Yeah,
going
yeah.
in a row?
We're gonna
Yeah.
10. Well, you just said the first thing. Snake.
Okay.
All right.
So if we're not going off that, Dawson Knox and Freiermuth are my things. I think Tyler Higbee is slightly worse than those guys.
Let's still honorable mention. That's 3.
All right.
Tyler Higbee and Noah Fant are mine.
No offense, a good shout. I like that.
I
Okay, who
forgot
wants to
Noah
start
Fant,
10?
like,
Who wants to
just-
start?
I'll start because we already brought up my guy at 10. I have Dawson Knox. I think he's benefited a lot because he's in such a good scheme with a top 5 wide receiver in Stephon Diggs, a top 5 QB in Josh Allen. Gabriel Davis is really breaking out, or he did last year. I think they have one of the better offensive just the Bills by themselves, so he does benefit from that. But he is one of the better pass catching wide receivers, tight ends. He's not the best blocking at all, so he's not going to be able to be that versatile on the field every single play if you need to run the ball. But just by the jump ball threat and a touchdown threat in the red zone, he's one of the better ones in the league. I think he's right at that 10 spot.
I'll go with mine. I think mine's a little bit of a different take, but I'm going to go Hunter Henry. He had a great 2016, 2017 season. I knew that for a fact. I think last year, don't quote me, but I think he played all 17 for the Patriots, right? I think I could be wrong, and he was top 10 in production last year for tight ends. Is he going to be so dominant like 2016 and 2017 anymore? I don't know, but definitely think he's a good 10 shout, right? I think he has the potential to be an 8 or 7 guy this year if he stays healthy and stays consistent, or he could be an 11, 12 guy. I don't know, but I think top 10, my 10 is definitely Hunter Henry.
No, don't hate that.
I agree with Ethan.
You have
Hunter
Hunter
Henry, number 10. Yeah.
All right. Well, I was gonna flip flop it,
These-
but
these-
I'll go 10 and I'll go 9 because my 10 is Dalton Schultz. Breakout year with Cowboys this year. Obviously, great receiving threat. Did he lead the league? And that's another shout out I wanted to give. Robert Onion, but he was hurt last year. He'd actually be probably my 11 or 12. I think he's better than Pat Freiermuth. But I mean, Dalton Schultz. Sorry. Dalton Schultz, great receiving year last year. I mean, he's not going to give the blocks that these other guys get as a tight end. He's not your really traditional tight end, but he's a modern tight end. And I think that's really important. I think he's going to have a better year, honestly, this year because they don't have as many targets around them. So I think he's going to get probably more looks. I just put him 10, and my 9 is Hunter Henry. I put Hunter Henry at 9 just for the fact that Hunter Henry's probably been doing it longer. Not fair to Dalton Schultz because he hasn't been in the league as long, but Hunter Henry, I'm not going to say much, but I agree completely with what Ethan said. I just had him higher than Dalton.
I agree with Steph, but flip flop Dalton Schultz. More focused on him because they lost to Amari Cooper. Well, he was up there in touchdowns. I think he had 8 touchdowns last year, which was
Yeah.
second. It was top 5 for sure in touchdowns. Great. He consistently catching the ball, very low in drop rate. So just consistent target to go through, and like you said, a modern NFL, especially with the Cowboys. Or Dak
Yeah,
Prescott can distribute it out to him.
My nine's Hunter Henry. I think his production went down because of the scheme he's in. The
Yeah.
Patriots run a 2.
Yeah, they said they ran a
scheme.
really protected scheme around Mac Jones, so I don't think they
Yeah.
were really letting him do
So they're not
anything.
going to be airing the ball out. While like Jonnu Smith is more of a short, bigger blocking tight end, where he might have like you could make a case that he looked just as good as Hunter Henry. But Henry, if you let Mac Jones throw the ball more, air it out a little bit more, Hunter Henry is going to put up pretty good numbers. I think Hunter Henry's 9.
So I'll go with my 9. I think it's a little bit different than everyone else's, which is fine for saying this, but I definitely think my number 9 is definitely Zach Ertz. I know it's a little bit of a controversial take here, but definitely a top 10 since 2014, 2015 in the league, something like that. Very consistent, good hands. He's always reliable, kind of like you guys described Dalton Schultz, right? So to me, trying to look at the legacy and kind of what he can do for the Cardinals, as he kind of did when he got there, he's probably my number 9. And then my number 8 in my list is definitely Dalton Schultz. So I don't want to kind of beat the dead horse there, but that's my number 8.
That's my guy as well. So like we kind of already talked enough about him.
Zach Ertz is your 8?
No, Schultz.
Okay, Schultz is your 8. Cool. Brett, Steph?
Yeah.
We're gonna have it 8. Oh, you guys might have this guy higher. 8. Actually, no. I'm gonna flip flop. Actually, no. I'm gonna keep it this way. Number 8 is Mike Gesicki. My number 8 is Mike Gesicki. Again, modern tight end, great receiving threat. I think having Tua doesn't really help his case, but he put up pretty good numbers last year. I think he had like 700, 800 receiving yards last year. Like he's got solid hands, pretty good speed. He can run a little after the catch. Like he's a solid tight end, especially modern. Like he's not going to give you, again, the key thing is he's not going to give you the blocking like everyone else is. That's why like a lot of guys like higher in the list, like they provide both things. Maybe not Travis Kelce, but he doesn't really. I just have him at 8. He doesn't really provide as much as like the guys above him.
I agree with Steph. I also have him at 8. Another thing I want to touch on is Tyreek Hill is going to be able to open up a lot of space for him in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
I think it's going to really improve his numbers with adding Tyreek Hill there.
I saw a crazy graphic the other day. I have no clue. Like I didn't do research into it, but it was like naming the best tight ends for each franchise of all time, and he was the Dolphins' best tight end of all time.
They had a tight end. That's the thing.
I mean, I can't think of another one, but like
it has to be a guy
did
like
go, like-
in the 70s or something.
yeah, that's like the only. But like, if he's the best tight end of all time, that's who I got it at 7.
My 7 is TJ Hawkinson. Not the best blocking tight end.
Who's your
Who
8,
do you
Matt?
have above him?
Matt, who's your 8?
My 8 was Schultz.
Oh, okay. Ethan, who's your 8?
My 8 was Schultz.
Okay, yeah, okay, my bad then. I
And
thought you
picked
guys just
Kentucky
didn't
at
say
7.
So my
Who do
7
you-
is CJ Hawkinson. He's not the best blocking tight end, but what he's done for the Lions and how he can catch the ball and actually kind of get yards after the catch for a tight end is absurd. So that's probably my 7.
Oh yeah.
I know
He's
it's a
the
hot take.
number
Matt
one
said who's
target.
above him, but you'll see. 7's TJ Hawkinson for me.
Okay, well,
If he could block, he'd be top 5, in my opinion. If he could block.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna agree completely with Ethan. I have Hawkinson in my 7 too.
I also have him at number 7.
Yeah, so agree.
I got him at 6
got him at
Okay, so why are you making such a crazy face when you were
so
like,
who's your 7?
because I think my 7
I
was
would guess it's
Gesicki.
You're
you're
missing
leaving someone
something.
out here. You're
You're
leaving out.
leaving
I know
someone.
who you're leaving out. He's my number 6. But
Who?
Oh, you're leaving out Matt.
Dallas
You're leaving
Goddard.
Goddard out.
That's my
Yeah.
6.
You don't have him on the list at all?
I,
You don't have Dallas Goddard on your list.
maybe I'll put him above Schultz, but
Maybe.
God.
Maybe. That might be the biggest L like take I've ever heard from you.
no, you
That
have
might be the
that.
From you. He said from you.
From you.
Oh,
you.
from me.
I've said
Probably.
some outrageous stuff, but
Yeah.
that's a really that's
From
a
me,
really bad take.
probably. I'll be honest, I really just forgot about him.
How do you forget about it?
Dallas Goddard?
I was doing it quick when I was outside at work. I was doing
Jeez.
it
You
my
had a
break.
list. I didn't even have a list.
Okay, well, Dallas Goddard's my 6. Who's
Yeah,
your
I think,
6?
I think our
I think
I have
me, Ethan
Hawkinson.
said.
yeah. We've been
Okay.
pretty much the same so far. We have Hawkinson 7, and also have Goddard,
Goddard
6.
6, yeah.
Top 5 is gonna be pretty untouched, but
I have a hot take for
a
my
fringe
top
guy right
five.
there.
I have a
I
really
think-
hot.
Who
have a
you have
really hot
7
take.
over 5 then?
My 5. This is gonna be
Well,
my
Matt,
hot
hold on,
take.
Matt. Who do you have it ahead of? Since you didn't have Dallas Goddard there, who do you have it 7 and 6? You had
I had Hawkinson at 6. Like I said, I forgot about Goddard. Then I had like I said,
Gasecki
I
at
had
7, right?
Gesicki
so
at
where would you
7.
put Goddard in there? You'd also put him at 6,
I'll probably put him. Yeah, I'll put him above.
and then you'd bump
I think
out.
Hawkinson's better than him, to be honest. I'll probably put him at 7.
That's
I think
not- that's not-
Hawkinson's. I would rather have Hawkinson on my team than Goddard.
Okay.
All right, that's not a bad.
I think everyone has the same top 5 though.
No,
Goddard's,
I
Goddard's a
don't.
little more, no,
I
I had the sa-
don't.
we
We
had the
all
same
have the
top
same-
5, but
we have the
it's
same
not
players in the
order.
top 5. Not.
I think Goddard's a little more of a dual threat.
think
than
the
T.
top
Hawkinson, so
3
that's
is
why I have
like
him higher.
100%. I'm gonna give my hot take right now. My number 5 is Darren Waller, and 4 is Kyle Pitts. I think
Also
Kyle Pitts is better
agree.
than Darren Waller.
I agree.
If we're going in like
Into the year, like
I
right
think,
now.
All right. I think projected next year, that's not crazy, but right now, Darren Waller's
Pitts.
better, dude.
Kyle
What do you
Pitts.
mean projected into next year? Isn't that the list?
Well, it's
No,
like
'cause-
right now. Like who are you taking right now?
Yeah,
taking Kyle
I'd
Pitts.
have Kyle Pitts. I'd probably have Kyle Pitts over everyone on this list. What do you mean if I'm taking someone right now?
Well, for
No.
like
For
not,
1
not
year-
for future, obviously,
for
but like
1
right
year
now,
on-
who has a better ability right now?
yeah.
Kyle
By the
Pitts.
end of
Pitts.
next,
Kyle
it's basically
Pitts.
are we doing it by the end of next year? So like by the end of this?
No,
NFL
Matt,
season?
you're not listening. I've
Right
said this
now,
multiple
going
times.
into
Right
next
now,
year.
who are you taking right now? Don't consider age. Don't
For
pure
1 year,
ability
I'm
right
taking
now.
Waller.
I'm taking Kyle Pitts.
I'm taking Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts is such a I'm
He's
gonna give my
six-
opinion.
How tall is he?
He's what
So you're
6'6",
saying
6'6"?
6'7",
So Brett, you have the same
6'8"?
thing as
6'7", I think.
Pitts.
He's a
He's
6'7"
6'6".
receiver. He's a
Kyle
6'6"
Pitts is
receiver.
6'6".
Brett, you're saying you're taking
Waller 5, especially with Devontae Adams going in there. They could space it out for him, but
I think Kyle Pitts
it's-
is gonna put better
what are we
numbers,
gonna
and I
do?
think he should better. Listen, Matt.
No, Darren
he's more
Waller, I
of a-
think, might put up better numbers just because the Falcons.
No, I think it's gonna be the opposite. I think he's gonna put up
I
better
don't
numbers
know.
because Kyle Pitts is literally the best guy. He's the best receiving threat.
Yeah, but
on
also
that team.
Darren Waller, like Devontae Adams, is gonna take a lot of the defense. Like it's gonna open up like how Tyreek Hill opened up for Travis
Yeah, it
Kelsey.
opens up
Yeah,
the middle of the
He's
field.
taking.
But I'm
he's
saying
taking
Kyle
players.
Pitts' ability is better than Darren Waller.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree
saying
with
that right now.
But right now,
That's why I
going
put him at
into
4
next
like
season, I'm
Steph, but I
taking
think me and
Waller.
Steph have the same thing. Why we have the same thing? Because Kyle Pitts' ability is just
Well,
better.
Listen, he's a. Matt, you watch Bengals, so you know the term. He's a versatile weapon. He's a versatile weapon. He literally can do anything on the field. Brett said he's a 6'6" receiver. He's gonna be a faster than a lot of these linebackers guarding him.
I think he's
he's-
pretty much Darren Waller, just better.
That I'm
Not on the block. Both
On the
are great
blocking,
but like-
but Waller's a little bit of a better blocker.
okay. I'll agree with that. He's a little bit of a better blocker, not tremendously.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's tremendous. Like Darren Waller isn't an elite blocker. And
They're,
Kyle Pitts-
they're both athletic receiving tight ends, and I think Kyle Pitts is just the better.
the only thing you can say on Darren Waller, and I don't even think it's true. It's the red zone. Darren Waller's better in the red zone because Kyle Pitts, he didn't score a lot last year.
Also, he had
But I
one
also think
touchdown
it's-
last year.
Yeah, he's one touchdown, but like
He's-
Darren
I-
Waller did.
No, Kyle Pitts. Kyle
Okay,
Pitts
yeah,
had
Kyle
one
Pitts. Yeah, I
touchdown.
knew Kyle Pitts had it. Kyle
was in
Pitts also
the-
had a terrible quarterback. Not Matt Ryan's a
Matt
terrible.
Ryan
I'm talking
wasn't
about right now.
terrible, but I also, like I said, if we're doing this in February, like projected into February next year, I'm taking Kyle Pitts. But right now, week 1, I'm taking Waller on my team over Pitts.
Taking Pitts. If you
I
just
think
said,
I'd rather-
if you
I think
just
it's
said,
unanimous though that everyone either has him at 4 and 5.
yeah,
Yeah.
What do you have, Ethan?
Ethan, who do you have?
I have Kyle Pitts at 5, Darren Waller at 4. Now I think my number 3 pick is gonna where it gets controversial for me.
what do you have? at
Really?
three?
Give it 3.
George Kittle.
I
Stop
agree.
it, bro. Stop it.
Hey,
I'm
Matt,
gonna
I'm gonna
put-
use Matt's.
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
use
put-
Matt saying. I'm gonna use Matt saying the best ability is availability.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I agree 100% with Brett. And after the season he had last year, my boy Mark is going number 2. I'm sorry, Mark is the GOAT. I'm sorry. I love me some Mark Andrews. I'm telling you right now, if you're in my fantasy league, I'm taking Mark Andrews way high on the board. I don't care. I want Mark Andrews on my team this year.
I'm
I
a
can't
Ravens
see the same by
fan,
George Kittle.
But Kittle is a significantly
I'm-
better blocker than all these guys.
I'm gonna
and he's
I'm gonna
almost
touch.
just as good as pass
I'm
catching.
gonna touch on that. He's the best tight end in the league, but he's too injury prone.
Correct.
He doesn't play.
But,
Okay,
Brett,
I
all right,
see
Brett,
that.
All right, Brett. If we're
That's
going
why I
off
have him
that
above him.
logic-
That's why I have him above him. That's it.
No, Brett. Why do you have? It's the same thing with Danielle Hunter. You have Danielle Hunter very high on your defensive end rushers, and he's been out for the past 2 seasons.
Yeah,
You got
come
to
on.
be consistent.
Keep your consistency, bro.
I will
do.
say,
And I
Matt,
love
I
Mark
didn't have him
Andrews.
top, I didn't have him top
It's
3. I had him.
Kittle's too.
so Matt,
You're
I have
on
a
what,
question for
6?
you.
I didn't have him at 7.
Yeah.
we're talking fantasy right now in this prediction. I'm asked this question. Fantasy. Think fantasy in mind. Are you taking McCaffrey still as the number one running back, even though he's injury prone the last 2 seasons?
No.
No.
Okay. So if George Kittle's hurt all the time, are you taking George Kittle as either top?
George Kittle's
Number
not
two?
as hurt
No,
as
you're not.
McCaffrey.
He's nowhere near as hurt as McCaffrey. McCaffrey's
George
missing
Kittle
a whole
missed, what,
season.
3-4 weeks.
But the thing is
McCaffrey
this.
plays 3 or 4 weeks.
George
That's significant.
Kittle is always hurt.
Facts.
No, Ethan, there's a difference between having a guy that's out for 3 and 4 weeks than a guy only
Who
playing
plays 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, I agree
Okay.
completely with that.
So I'm gonna tell you this. I'd rather have Mark Andrews where I know he'll be in the balls cold with no freaking sleeves on, going for fucking 100 and a touchdown in fucking cold ass Baltimore than in San Francisco where my guy can't play because his freaking hand hurts out for George.
I mean,
Kittle. Mark
Kittle,
Andrews
you
number
can't-
2 all day.
No.
Don't say Kittle isn't a tough
like
guy.
Mark Andrews. I'm
love
one of
Mark
the biggest fucking
Andrews.
Ravens fans ever. Kittle, he's significantly.
Let me give it to. Let me give you in
He'll
terms like this.
We'll have a
No.
broken. He won't.
Let me
play
give you in
because
terms like
his
this,
hand
Ethan.
fucking
Ethan,
broken,
listen,
not because it's hurt.
Mark
Ethan-
Andrews number 2 on my list. You
Ethan,
can't
remember
change
the
it. I don't care
Kawhi
what
Tatum?
you
Okay,
tell
I
me.
don't change it. I just want to enlighten you because you're obviously lost. You're very lost.
I'm not
Listen,
lost.
No, you're
I'm
lost.
not.
You're very lost. You're very
I'm
lost.
not.
It's a terrible take.
Watch
I love
this
Mark
year.
Andrews.
Watch this year.
$56 million man. $56 million man. Give that boy his money. The GOAT. Look, I'm going to say this about Mark Andrews, and I'm going to talk about George Kittle. Mark Andrews, they hate Lamar saying, oh, he only throws to tight ends. Oh, Tyler Huntley comes in. Mark Andrews still putting in the same numbers.
He did better.
It had nothing to do with his quarterback.
He did
Mark
do better,
Andrews
Brett.
is a GOAT
I agree.
tight end. Mark
He
Andrews is
did,
a
he
GOAT tight
literally
end.
did better. He had more receptions and more yards.
Yes.
That's good.
Mark Andrews, GOAT tight end. GOAT tight end. He's my number 3. So don't get it
And he's
twisted. I love my
definitely better
boy.
than George Kittle.
But listen, again.
No, he's not better than George Kittle, but it's just these two.
No, I'm saying
Okay,
overall
running off the
because George
field.
Kittle's not
Brett,
available.
I don't
all
get
the
your
time.
logic. I get Ethan's argument, but if you're saying that Danielle Hunter,
Where do you think I had
better
Danielle
than
You can't come at me
because
for
he's
this.
hurt,
I'm telling you my logic.
yes,
Okay, let me-
Ethan, I get your logic. Brett, I don't get because Brett had injury-prone players higher on the list of players that have always been healthy, and now he's just doing the vice versa. I think Brett's doing bias. Brett, I can't force you. It's all right you disagree, but I can't force you to be right.
All right.
Okay, look at, and it's so much more worse. Like Danielle Hunter was out for 2 whole seasons. I love Danielle Hunter, but George Kittle's again. Matt's saying it. It's not like George Kittle's missing the whole year. Like he's missing 3 to 4 games.
George Kittle
Okay.
had a fucking torn hamstring and missed 3 weeks.
Yeah, come on, bro. He tore his
That's
hamstring.
Okay,
also
so the
not
question-
super injury.
Mark
prone.
Andrews and their offensive ability are like this. They're like this. Okay, you want to say
The
Mark Andrews
blocking
is better?
is
He's not even
significantly
better. No. Mark Andrews is even better offensively. Maybe catching. Mark Andrews isn't
I
better
think it's
catching.
Kittle,
I think
Andrews like this.
Kittle is better catching, better yak, better. Honestly, Mark Andrews
No,
might
I
get
think-
open a little better.
I think Andrews is a better catcher.
Okay.
Yak, I'm taking Kittle. And blocking, Kittle's the best blocking tight end in the league.
So I will say
he's
this.
better than some he's better than some tackles.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say this
at
right now.
blocking.
I'm gonna say this right now. If Kittle's out, can the 49ers still compete?
Yeah.
Okay. If the
Oh.
Ravens don't have Mark Andrews, are they competing?
Yes.
They're not.
Yes.
They're not.
Well, no,
That
no,
is your
let me
sheep
explain
blanket.
why.
That is your
Let me
number
explain
one
why.
wide receiver.
Let
That
me
is
explain why.
everything that you have to your
Oh,
team.
okay. Number
Bateman
one wide
1K
receiver. Let me
season.
explain
Bateman
something.
1K season.
Let me explain something. I agree with
I
the
hope
Bateman
so.
thing, but listen to this, Ethan. Okay, we lost Mark Andrews. What are the Ravens eccentric about? Because they're similar to the Niners. Run the ball down the throat. Mark Andrews doesn't block that well. We have Nick Boyle. Nick Boyle's coming back. He can block.
Okay, so you're
You have
forgetting
to
one
pay
thing
a
the
tight end.
49ers
You have to
have
pay
that the
2
Ravens
tight
don't.
ends.
A
Huge-
top 5 arguably receiver in Debo Samuel.
Not top 5.
He's not arguing with
The
top five.
Ravens don't have another player like that can be a Debo Samuel if Mark Andrews goes out. They
It
And
don't.
doesn't
Duvernay,
matter.
what you
The
mean?
Ravens are the best running.
You just said
offense.
Duvernay that you know you're capping. Bro.
He's
You
joking.
know you're capping.
Yeah, dual threat.
And I tweet every time Bateman gets a catch. Don't bring Bateman up either because
No,
he's
I'm not
nowhere in
saying
the
that.
same league.
Yeah,
The
I got an
49ers
idea here.
throw the ball more. The Ravens literally could run the ball every single play, and we would still probably win at least 12 games.
No, listen, like I love Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is one of my favorite players, but you look at offensively, Kittle's better offensively. Sorry, he's better. Okay, he misses 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Who gives a shit? He's blocking better than some tackles. He's
I said
playing.
he's the best
I
tight
do.
end in the league.
Okay,
When
so he
he's
misses
playing-
3 games. Okay, he misses 3 games, so
When
he's
he's
automatically
playing.
worse than Mark
Right,
Andrews.
Misses
all right,
3,
Brett,
plays
let me bring
2,
you this
misses
up.
another 3.
Brett, let me bring you this up. Where do you rank Lamar as a QB?
Not my top 5.
Probably 7.
6, 7.
Okay,
Seven
yeah.
or
You
8.
discredit him because he was injured last year.
No, I just do it off his playing
No.
ability.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you discrediting Kittle because of his injury? He was
Because
never.
in my opinion,
he had-
it's year after year he's hurt.
For it's
every
only just-
couple of games though, but it's like every few games he's missing a game.
Yeah,
He's
it's like
not-
when you get a hot streak, when you get that momentum, boom, Kittle's out 3 to 4 weeks, and it hurts.
bro. And again, I'm keeping another common trend here. Mark Andrews hasn't he hasn't been in the league long, like maybe 3 or 4. What is his 4th year now?
4th, I think.
Yeah, but he hasn't done it as long as Kittle has. Like Kittle has done it longer, and okay, he misses 3 to
I
4
think he's in
weeks,
it.
but he's still putting up numbers. Like okay, he gets hurt, and availability is the best ability. But I'd rather have that. I'd rather have George Kittle on my team who, okay, maybe he'll miss 3 weeks, but when he's on the field, he's going to be one of the best football players on the field.
But if we look at stats from last year, Mark Andrews has way better stats than Kittle does.
Yeah, obviously, Mark Andrews had the best stats out of any tight end. Okay, Cooper Kupp had the best stats last year. Are you putting him over Devontae Adams? And if you are, that's straight stupidity.
No, never.
Yeah, you're not. You're not.
No.
So stats mean a lot of things, but they're not the full story. And that's a common trend with me. I'm like Brett. I keep my
How
opinion.
many?
I always keep
How
my
many
opinion.
injuries do you think Kittle had since 2019?
3.
I don't know, 4 maybe 5.
How much time do you think he missed out?
Probably 8 to 10 games, probably over 3
I
years.
have his injury
He missed-
report right now.
Half of 2020.
You want me to read it off?
Sure, Matt.
Since 2019, this is October 31st, so Halloween.
What about the 2 years before that?
Before that,
You don't count those years?
all right, this is his whole career.
All right.
I'll read you all it off. August 1st, 2017, Kittle missed about a week of training camp with an injury. He was ready for week 1.
You get injured
November
in training camp, bro.
Let me read it.
Bro,
Can't
our
touch.
running back
Let
tore his
me read.
ACL.
Kidding. That
Our
was
running
a
back tore his
joke.
ACL.
All right, let me
Holy
fucking read.
shit.
Jesus Christ. All right, November 5th, 2017, Kittle missed 1 game with a sprained ankle.
Okay.
I don't know. All right, there's one he got hurt in college. All right, here's another one. August 9th, 2018. Kittle separated his right shoulder in the preseason opener. There was no structural damage. Then now we're already up until 2019, where I was going to read off originally.
So he hasn't missed any games. He hasn't missed any games due to injury
He's missed
because he's
one.
been ready for the season every time.
He
He
missed,
missed one.
He missed one. Okay, he missed a game.
All right. Kittle suffered Halloween still. Kittle suffered a knee injury in week 9 versus the Cardinals. He missed 2 games.
Okay, 3 games so far.
Now we're into August 27th, 2020. Kittle dealt with a tight hamstring during training camp. Now we're in September 13th, 2020. Kittle was diagnosed with a sprained left knee in week 1's loss against the Cardinals. He's missed 2 games.
So 5
5.
games.
November 1st, 2020. Kittle suffered a small fracture in his foot during week 8's loss to the Seahawks, who's placed on IR. Then,
How many weeks he missed?
20 games.
so that would be, it doesn't say, but IR, I believe.
Wait, what year was that?
2020.
2020.
He played 8 games that year. I was looking at his thing.
So
we're at
8 and
5 plus
13 games now. He's
13.
He's almost a whole season missed.
Okay, players tear the ACL, miss the whole
Okay,
season,
hold
and
on.
come back play amazing.
All right, there's
Hold
still, hold on.
What?
Then
That's not the
September
argument. I'm not saying he's bad.
2020, Kittle emerged with the 49ers lost the Packers with a calf injury. He played through the game. And then finally, December 15th, 2020, Kittle dealt with right knee soreness ahead of week 15 games against Atlanta.
Well, 2020 he was out for 8 games. So Brett, that stat's correct. I just looked at it as well. So 13
And then he
games
played
for
14
2020
and he
he's out.
played 14 last year and there's
Well, what about 2021?
So he missed. He missed
16.
16. He missed a full year. He missed 1 year in his whole career.
In 5 years, he missed a whole year.
5 years. He went into 2016.
2017 was his first year.
2017.
2017, okay,
2022. 5 years. He's missed a whole season of injury.
Okay, and Christian McCaffrey's missed 2 years the past 2 years. He's played.
And Christian
16.
McCaffrey hasn't been a top 5 running back for the
He
past.
still is a
2.5
top 5 running back.
years.
You're smoking
Oh
dick if he's
my
not.
God.
You're smoking dick if he's not a top 5 running back.
I'm not.
That's what I'm talking about. Who's better than him? Because we did this
You
last
think
time. Who's
Christian
better than him?
McCaffrey's not a top 5 running back, bro?
Okay,
better than him?
JT's better than him.
Okay.
Austin
Derrick
Eckler.
Henry.
Derrick Henry. Dalvin Cook.
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler's in my top 5 right now. Don't
think
care
it's-
what y'all
I
say.
think it's
In the
Ronald
current moment, Austin
Jones.
Eckler's in my top 5.
Leonard Fournette's up there too.
Nah, Lombardi Lenny ain't pushing.
Listen,
Ain't pushing
Eckler.
that, baby.
Nathan,
Eckler?
I'm agree with you
You
so
did not
far,
just say
but like
Eckler.
that was bad.
No. You just said Austin Eckler. You just said Austin
I think
Eckler.
Christian
bro.
McCaffrey's
My top
probably-
five right now.
Yeah.
Christian
My top
McCaffrey's probably
five.
Christian
Derrick
McCaffrey.
Henry, JT,
Yeah, I gotta leave.
Austin Eckler,
I gotta leave.
Alvin Kamara.
No way. This guy just said Austin Eckler's in the top 5. I gotta leave.
He is.
No, he is not.
His
And
shoulder
probably
pad.
Dalvin Cook.
His shoulder pad is too big and his head's too bald. Like I can't put him top 5.
And he's still disgusting.
Christian
so.
McCaffrey.
You cannot.
Christian McCaffrey's probably 5. I
Ethan.
think 5 or 6.
You cannot put him in your
McCaffrey's-
top 5. You're in fantasy.
Hey,
Yes, Ethan. This
Stefano.
is fucking fantasy. I'm
Stefano.
talking about
Nick,
straight ball.
Nick Chubb.
Stefano.
We did it, but
Yeah,
Nick
what's up?
Chubb
What's the best availability? I mean,
with the best ability.
what's the best ability?
the
It's
same, right?
availability, baby. That's what
Okay.
it is. And is Christian
Nick
McCaffrey
Chubb.
available to be on the team? He's
Nick
not.
Chubb, Derrick Henry.
All right,
Jonathan
Ethan.
Taylor,
Derrick Henry
Dalvin
missed
Cook.
half
Oh,
the year last
I
year.
forgot about Nick
He's still in
Chubb.
your
Nick
top
Chubb
5?
loaded.
Where do you rank Derrick Henry?
McCaffrey might be he's 5 or
Probably
6.
Okay,
Three.
no, Ethan. You're right. The best of ability is availability. So let's talk about your guy, that bald-headed motherfucker, Austin Eckler. Okay, first season in the league, he missed 2 games, and then he missed 4 games, 6 games, another 2 games the next year. Oh wait, he hasn't played a full fucking season. So I don't know what you're talking about. This bullshit.
I
Your
don't get
bias
your
is going both
logic.
ways. Your logic, it doesn't make
And
sense.
you also had Derrick Henry. He missed half
missed-
the year last year.
Derrick
2019
That was his
Henry,
first injury.
If
No,
you
listen,
don't have Derrick Henry over Christian McCaffrey, you're hot.
No, I do.
All right,
I do.
I
I'm
I
just
agree
saying.
with that, but I
That
just
probably
don't
is,
get
so.
your
No,
logic.
we all had Derrick Henry number 1. So
yes.
we did last time. Oh, I don't get your logic though, because Austin Eckler, it's so biased. It's so in the moment. You're not thinking about it.
I mean, I will
Austin
say,
Eckler
Straight
hasn't played
fantasy,
a full
bro.
season in his
I
career.
forgot about Nick Chubb. I would take Eckler out as 5 and put Nick Chubb in there over Austin Eckler. I would. I forgot about him. There's Dalvin Cook, there's Kamara, there's Nick Chubb, there's Derrick Henry, there's JT in my top 5.
Okay, Nick Chubb hasn't played a full season either. Hasn't played a full season in his NFL
Alright.
career ever. 16 games, 12 games, 14 games.
Oh,
By
That's pretty
that-
common for running back.
That's
though.
pretty common for running backs.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But still, come on.
Like Christian McCaffrey's
You
missed
can't
like
blame-
years.
Yeah, we're talking
Plural,
about
like
2
plural
seasons
years.
worth of games out.
There's a difference between like
Yeah, for
injury prone and then
McCaffrey,
just getting
But
like
I'm
a
talking
running
about
back
I'm
type
talking
of
about
injury.
Kittle. I'm talking about Kittle. And Brett, don't say that shit because you had McCaffrey over Chubb too.
I forgot about
I think
Chubb.
him and
Chubb's in my
him are, like,
top 5,
flip-flop. They're,
way
like,
over Eckler.
Five,
Yeah.
5 or 4, whatever. I forget the number.
I think there's still other people I would put above Eckler.
Yeah, I don't
There
know
is
where
a
that
lot.
came.
We don't have to talk
I
about
don't know where
this.
that came from.
I think
but
that's ridiculous. We're still all right. Regardless, all right. Travis Kelce number 1.
Yeah.
I want to get back to this though. This Eckler take is literally mind-boggling.
Okay, no, don't worry about the Eckler take. I think he's
You
stupid.
have him above Alvin Kamara?
No.
What's going on?
No, it's not
Alvin
that he has
Kamara
him
was in my
above him.
top 5.
It's not that he has him
Wait,
above him. It's that you
wait,
thought.
I
Is
just
that you
say one
thought
more
about
thing real
Austin
quick.
Eckler before Nick Chubb, Alvin Kamara,
Alvin
fucking
Joe
Kamara was in my
Mixon?
top 5.
Wait,
Joe-
I'd say one more thing real quick. You said Derrick Henry was 3. Did I hear that right?
Who?
Who?
You.
No.
All right, I
Derrick
must have
Henry's
misheard
one.
then. I
Derrick
must have
Henry's
misheard
Derrick
then.
Henry's
I thought
one.
I heard that too, Brett.
I thought you said Derrick Henry 3, but
No.
you may have just been naming people off.
No, I was just naming people
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
I
my
can hear
top 5. If
I was
walk
like
back-
moaning in the background, and then I heard Derrick Henry 3, and I was all.
Bro, I'm so that was
Populated.
ridiculous.
No, Austin Eckler is not my top 5. I think he's my 6. No order, in my opinion. You have Derrick Henry, JT, Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara. That's my top 5 in no specific order.
You don't think
And
Joe
then-
Mixon's better than?
I don't.
No,
I think
listen,
Mixon's 7. I
And
really
this
think
is-
Mixon's 7, Eckler's 6.
Where's
makes
McCaffrey?
sense.
McCaffrey's 8.
I mean, off availability, yeah, he is.
Bro, but when he's on the,
Oh my god, bro.
When he's on the field, when I pay him like $50 bajillion to be,
I don't
hurt
give
half
a shit
the
about
season.
money, Ethan. it doesn't count when we're ranking fucking.
Okay,
players.
we're getting
I've
away
never
from the
gone
point.
up. Tom Brady's not the number 1 QB because he's getting paid $25 million, and Patrick Mahomes getting paid $50. That's so fucking stupid.
Well, also Brady's always on the field. McCaffrey's on the
No,
sideline.
I'm
most of
just
the time,
saying.
so-
But you
All right,
You're bringing up the money.
Up
Back that in.
contracts. It
You
makes
can-
no sense when you're ranking players. I get if you're talking about building a team and that shit, but just ranking players, you don't have to fucking talk money when you're ranking it. It makes no
Hey, he got
sense.
money on his mind. He got money on his
Yeah,
mind.
you know me,
Got
Stevie.
money on
Come
his
on,
mind.
All right, back to tight ends.
Yeah, come on, go back to that. Listen. It'd be different if he's getting the same injury over and over again. It's different injuries. He's not injury prone.
if anything,
he just gets hurt. It's
So he's
worse
soft.
if you're getting the same injury over and
So he's
over
soft.
You're
again.
not getting.
That's injury prone.
So
That's
he's
injury
soft.
prone.
I don't
So
think
he's
that he's
soft.
injury prone.
You're talking your explanation.
If anything, I
for-
think it's the opposite. I think it's the opposite. I think if you're getting multiple different injuries, then you're injury prone.
I agree.
If you have one injury and it keeps coming back, doesn't mean you're injury prone. That means it just hasn't fully healed yet.
Correct. I agree with
Do you
Bryce.
agree with
what
that?
injury prone is.
No,
When
not
you-
at all. Injury prone is when
Injury
you
prone is when you can
random-
get
like,
hurt in different ways.
you play a game, you roll your ankle randomly. You
Yep.
play a game, you sprain your
Okay,
neck.
Separate
well,
your shoulder.
even
Hurt
so,
your
okay,
shoulder, like,
he
it's just
missed
random stuff
barely a
popping
year.
up.
That's not injury prone. That's not injury prone.
I also calling Kittle soft might be one of the stupidest
That's
things I ever
stupid.
heard.
Again, I
That
don't
is
believe that.
so
group.
stupid.
That's Ethan. No,
That's actually
Ethan,
so
and his
stupid.
and his thing was, oh, Mark Andrews plays in the cold without his fucking sleeves. George Kittle wore a wife beater with Nick Bosa at fucking Lambeau. Like, come on, bro. And it was snowing.
Kittle is. Do you see how hard Kittle plays? There's moments where he's literally fucking wrapping up a full-on defensive end, bringing him down to the ground, and then just fucking laughing about it.
Yeah,
So
That is not soft.
So part of
I
me
don't get
also
your
just
logic
says these
of
comments
soft.
to get Matt fired up.
no, Matt,
Because
I
it's such
agree
a
completely with
stupid
Matt.
thing.
It's just so stupid. If Mark Andrews does it again, I'll
you
put
can
him above
separate your
Kittle.
shoulder and go to work. Then I guess he's
Hey,
soft because he's
And you're
fucking
saying,
ripping
no.
his
and you're
shoulder
saying,
apart.
and no, Ethan, again with the soft point, you're saying, oh, boohoo, he got hurt, and he leaves. Matt literally brought it up the other game. What did he do? He fucking
He
his calf
grabbed the
injury?
defensive end, brought him down.
No,
to the
not
ground.
that, not
No,
that. What he got hurt? What injury was he? He played through the
calf
game.
injury and he played through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Don't call him soft.
All right. Yeah, he also suffered a fraction in his foot and played through the rest of the game.
Come on, bro. Come on.
You
Let me
have to
just
admit though, when
fracture
you
your
get hurt
fucking
like
foot.
that, your adrenaline's taking way over at that point.
Okay, so I tore my ACL. I'm still gonna be able to play.
No,
it's
that's
also
different.
Ethan,
That's
How's that
Fracturing a
different?
bone.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
on
like,
adrenaline.
like fracturing a bone is different.
Ethan,
Tearing
yeah.
an ACL, you literally can't bend your knee.
Yeah, like what?
But you're
You can't
also
even
going,
run.
Ethan. If you're fracturing your foot, you're still going off to the sideline. You're having that time to cool down. It's not like you're playing like a soccer game or a basketball game where adrenaline's taking you through the whole thing and you're not getting subbed out. He's going out on different possessions and still playing.
Yeah, and then he gets a cortisone shot, which he can't feel dick in his whole foot, and then he wakes up and then his freaking foot's the size of freaking Jupiter.
I
I don't know what that has to do with him being soft because he takes a cortisone shot because he fractured.
That's
What do you want to
the-
do?
It's Matt's
Calling
feeling.
I think it's- I think
it's
when
the
they
past
call
few
for
years-
possession
the past
and he has
few
a
years-
broken foot, they shoot him with
if
cortisone,
anybody's
he doesn't
fucking
feel
soft,
it.
it's Kelsey's more soft than Kittle is one of the hardest. Like Kittle
Yeah,
is.
no, I'm not-
fucking
Kittle's
man.
the
Kelsey and like
Kelsey is
Kelsey
soft.
is more
Kelsey
soft than
might-
that because he doesn't.
if we're
fucking
calling people
block.
soft,
he's a
Kelsey-
pussy.
yeah.
Oh my
Kelsey
God.
is softer than any.
Holy shit.
If we're talking about soft, Kelsey
Here we
might be
go.
the softest on the list.
Hey, don't put don't
Yes.
put
Mike
the goat's
Gesicki.
name in vain like that.
The goat.
But no, I have him number one.
Yeah, he's number
But
one.
Kittle is not.
don't be
he's
bringing
the-
up
How can you
softness.
call the number one blocking tight end in the league soft?
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
All right,
Soft,
we can
just to
move- we
fire
can-
you up. He's
We
nice
can
and
move on from
soft.
that. He's not soft. I don't know where that came from, but like you said, if George Kittle played
Ethan just
consistently,
came on here and just
cons-
said
if George
and
Kittle
just
played
made himself look
consistently,
like a dumbass fool. He said
George Kittle-
Austin Eckler's top 5. He said George Kittle soft.
Matt, and he's trying to
He's
get you
just making
fired up,
himself
and he's got you
look so
mad.
stupid.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I got
know.
Matt so fired up, and I
anyways,
love
if
every
George Kittle
second
played
of it.
consistently the past 2 years and missed like 1 or 2 games, I get missing games there, but it's like consistently every now and then. Whatever. You can disagree with me. If he played and he missed 2 total games for the past 2 years, I'd probably have a number 1 just because he's so good at both.
All I'm gonna say is this: when I come on here,
Man, that's
if-
my opinion. You can
Stefano,
disagree with it.
Stefano,
What's
what's the tagline of this podcast?
If you can't handle the heat, stay out the kitchen. Matt can't handle the heat for some
Matt
reason.
can't
right
Yeah,
now.
handle the
yeah,
heat.
yeah.
No,
man.
no,
He
no,
needs to stay
no,
out the kitchen.
You got heat. You got heat, but you're also burning the whole damn house down. Bro.
Yes.
Like, you gotta chill out, bro. Chill out. It's not that deep.
I'm just getting mad
Trying to-
going.
We're
He
trying to
can
make a
just put
nice
a bowl
fillet,
on-
bro. We're trying to
Yeah,
make a
He
nice
just put a
fillet. Get the
glass
heat
bowl
on.
the stove,
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right
bro.
now,
He just
when
blew
the
up whole
fans
stove.
know when Ethan Matthews comes on here, Matt Taylor's gonna be fired
Bro,
up.
you set off
baby.
a C4 in the kitchen.
Yup,
Yeah,
I
you
did.
set
I
off a
What's
get,
up?
C4.
I get fired
What's
up,
up?
Ethan, but at least I'm not looking like a dumbass fool.
I'm
No,
not
like-
looking like a dumbass.
Yes,
fool.
you are.
You said
Okay.
Austin Eckler. You
Ethan,
saw it of
I-
Austin Eckler before.
Yo,
Alvin Kamara,
send me
Nick
this.
Chubb,
Stefano, I'm making a
Mixon.
clip of Ethan just saying Austin Eckler's top 5, and I'm gonna.
No, I'm
keep my
clipping.
clown on it.
No, you're getting clipped, Ethan.
All right,
Clip
can
your
we go
nuts.
back to it
fine.
and like talk about
And
it
I'm
more?
getting
'Cause Matt,
killed.
Matt just won't
Thumbs
shut
up.
the fuck up right now. I'm gonna be honest. You will not shut the fuck up about it.
Matt. All right. Just, dude, like Mark Andrews, again, stats aren't everything. That's why I'm not putting him above him. Mark Andrews had the better stats. He's played more games, but like, okay, he gets hurt. Like, I'm not going to blame the guy for getting hurt like that. It's not like he's not always missing games. Like, okay, he missed a year, but you also got to think of it. Half of it was, it's not like he's missing it straight in a row. Like he's getting minor injuries, and that's going to happen to players. Some
Which I
players
think
haven't played in
that
2
means
years.
Injury prone. When you're getting minor injuries over and over again with random different stuff, that's injury prone.
The thing is, they're not minor injuries. I don't think.
I'm not saying minor injuries, but just like different like
Yeah.
nagging injuries that just.
And he's half the time he's
Pop
played
up.
through some of them. Okay, he hasn't missed a full year, and the other time he
Yeah,
missed
you
up
got him
half
above
a
it.
year.
I'm really not arguing it because I don't completely disagree with it.
Like,
Just talk about Kelsey. Yes, he's the best receiving.
yeah, best receiver, like probably top 3 tight end.
He just creates so much.
So if you're talking about
capacity
George Kittle
players.
this much, where he's so good at both of them, why don't you have him one?
Because I think
'Cause-
Kelsey's a better receiving threat.
Because again,
George Kittle's
numbers
better.
again,
I'm not
production.
trying to start. I'm just asking you why don't you have one if you think he's so
Because-
good at both, and then
Because Kelsey's receiving ability and Yak is absurd.
all right, then keep bringing
Kelsey
Kittle
is
and
right here
blocking
with
tight
receiving
end.
ability. Kittle's right here with receiving ability. Then blocking, it's like that big of a gap. But what's more important in the NFL right now? It's
Receiving and yards after the catch.
I just want
Yes.
to see what you would say. That's all.
No, and you also got to think about it. Okay, Mark Andrews again had a great receiving year, but he hasn't done it as consistently. Again, this is the same thing. I talk about production. I preach what I say. I do what I preach. I just do it. I'm not capping.
So what
Mark
happens
Andrews
to Mark
hasn't done it
Andrews is the
consistently.
same season all over again? What
Okay,
happens
if
when
he
Mark
does the
Andrews
same
comes
thing
up?
and George Kittle gets hurt again and misses significant time, again, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm not stupid. I can
all
change
I'm
my
hearing is
opinion.
ifs and buts. I deal with absolutes.
Facts. I'm not
And right now it
ignorant. I'll
hasn't
change my
happened.
opinion, Ethan. I'm not ignorant. But
I'm
just
just
going
upset that I have to be shitting down on Mark Andrews, my man, because of these guys.
Why'd
Ah,
you say like that?
man.
Why'd
Yeah,
you say
there's a
like so
lot of-
old head?
Yeah, there's a
Ah,
lot of
man.
heat in this kitchen, bro. There's a lot of heat in this kitchen today.
It's just
It's
making
just-
me look like a
It's
lot
just,
of
dude,
Ravens
like
fan.
Travis Kelsey's done it consistently, so he's gonna stay number one until he
Yeah.
proves me wrong.
I agree.
George Kittle
Unless-
hasn't proved me wrong because he missed
Unless my
3
boy was
games.
still in his prime. If my boy was still in his prime, Travis Kelsey would be number 2.
Like, listen, look at
Okay, so also if you're saying receiving is so much important, George Kittle's receiving yards aren't crazy at all. He's not doing crazy receiving stuff.
search up
Not like
George Kittle.
Kelsey's doing.
Oh,
I
he's
will.
not doing.
Actually, I was just looking at it. and
Search
he-
up
he
George
hasn't-
Kittle versus the Saints and literally throw men to the
Wait,
ground.
that's one game. Okay,
That's
you have
one
game.
Bro, his
Still, I think. All right,
So you
again,
think
you
someone
can't
has one
compare
really good
numbers.
game?
You can't compare numbers when their situation's terrible. His situation is Jimmy G throwing him the fucking ball, Brett. We both know Jimmy G's fucking ass. We both know it. Come on.
and I also, I like Bateman's one of my favorite players in the NFL. I love Bateman with all my heart. I love Bateman so much. Every single time he makes a catch, I tweet bad emojis. But let's be real.
That boy a bum too.
No, that's not true.
Matt, just keep going. He's
Kick
pissing
him
me
off.
off.
Kick him off. Like,
Get to your
seriously.
point.
All right,
Get to your point.
Debo is better than Bateman. Debo's and Brandon Ayuk is much better than, like, if we're going to it, Brandon Ayuk is better than Duvernay. Like, if you're going off of it, Mark Andrews is going to get more targets, more receptions, better yards than Kittle because of just the options.
Yeah.
And the Ravens are also way more of a running team. The 49ers are still a running team, but no team in the NFL is as run-oriented as the Ravens. And that
Man,
if
it
you
is the
should argue
Niners.
that, I'm actually just sleeping.
Niners, I would put up there. But it's
Yes, the
I'd
Niners are up
separate.
there.
We're number one.
Yes.
They don't run like us. They don't run the ball like us. And
guess he
you
doesn't-
talk about
okay.
you got to talk about what's more valuable. If Mark Andrews could block like George Kittle and had the same offensive ability, he'd be the best fucking tight end in the league. But he doesn't. So that's why it is, and that's why I'm not gonna take away from Kelsey because they don't run the ball. They don't need to run the ball when they have Travis Kelsey catching the fucking ball like that.
Now, I do think this year they're going to be running a much more of a traditional style offense because Tyreek Hill is going to be gone. They can't stretch the field as much. They're not going to be playing as much of a spread offense. They're going to be going back to more of a traditional offense.
And Ethan, here's another rebuttal I'll put for you. You're talking about best player right now. You go back a year ago, if you're just going off numbers and the best abilities, availability, George Kittle missed half of 2020, and then the next year, and then Darren Waller has that amazing year. Now Darren Waller is suddenly worse than these other guys. You can't just go off stats like that.
Yeah, didn't you
just go
say
off games
Darren,
played.
Darren Waller was better than Kyle Pitts?
Who?
You.
In current moment, yes. Not
Yeah,
off
but Darren
upside
Waller- how
potential.
many games
no.
But
Darren Waller
Darren,
missed?
he lost. He basically missed all last year. What happened?
Yeah, come
What
on.
happened?
Okay,
Like,
and
he-
Kyle Pitts didn't really have that great of a season either. If you really look at it.
He had 1K yards as a tight end.
That hasn't
didn't
happened
score
since
with how many?
Mike-
With how many touchdowns?
Okay, it's a one touchdown. I'm not worried about touchdowns when they can't score the ball. It's not his fault. His offense is trash. When you get
I think,
yards,
the
are
Falcons, I think the
yards.
Falcons scored like 8 touchdowns all year. You
Yeah,
can't really put
the
that
yards
on.
are yards.
Ethan, you're constantly flipping and flopping on your takes, and you're constantly just
Flipping
changing
and
it around. You're like a deck of cards. You keep on shuffling about. I'm staying true to my ward.
Ward.
I'm
Ward-
I'm just
that's
basing
why
mine off last year and then going into next year. I think Mark Andrews will have a better year.
No, but that's
I don't
not-
hate it. Like I'm not gonna say I hate it, but it's just
I
Again, if
don't
you
get
have him
that.
above him, again, I don't
I don't
hate
get-
that either.
You're constantly changing what we're doing the top tens for. Because if we're doing it going
I'm
into
not.
next year,
I'm doing it off.
I thought we're It's
right now going into next year, Matt, how hard is it to explain?
No, it's not hard. You're the only one that doesn't understand it.
You're the only one who doesn't understand it. It's right now going into the year. The year hasn't started going into the year, Matt. You're
right
the
now.
one
Who would
bringing
rather
up
have week 1 in a game?
You're George Kittle.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're the one, Matt. Like, don't say the concept like, "Oh, we're not getting it." You're the one not getting it.
You're the one not
bringing
getting it.
You're
next year.
Don't bring up who's going to be better at the end of the year.
And players are going
Right
to
now.
regress next year.
That's why I don't look at age, Matt. I'm telling you this. I've said it since the first list. Just look at their pure ability. That's why I have George Kittle above Mark Andrews. Look at pure ability.
I
Who's
agree.
better.
Exactly.
So I know you agree, but stop saying people don't get the argument. You're the one who doesn't get it.
I don't.
Yeah,
There's a lot of heat in this kitchen tonight.
I think
baby.
it's pure
The
ability.
pot
And I'll
is
have
stirring.
George Kittle number 1.
No, because Kelsey is a better better receiving threat.
Yeah, if we're talking pure ability, Travis Kelsey is maybe top 3 tight end all time. I want to hear your take on that, Ethan. Yeah, who's better, Tony Gonzalez or Travis Kelsey?
Tony.
Tony.
All right, you're not completely lost.
It's
You're not completely
Donnie.
lost.
And then I'm gonna take a hot take too. Real hot take. No, real hot take.
Antonio Gates might be better than Travis Kelsey.
If my boy Gronk's not in that top 3 conversation, we got some issues.
He's number 1.
He's number 1.
What
I
do
thought you were
mean?
saying he
Thank
wasn't.
you.
He's number 1.
Thank you.
He's number
He's
1.
number
Thank
1. That's
you.
not even. That's not a hot take at all. He's number 1.
You can't be like
undoubtedly.
Ethan. You're.
Look, I'll tell you, this is my top 5.
You can't be going around saying your boy. Like he played 2 seasons. That's like me going like Deion Sanders, my boy. That Baltimore Raven. No, he's not. You can't.
Was he a Raven though?
No,
You're Raven.
Okay. Okay.
What's he gonna go into retirement as?
I think he retired as a Raven, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying in the Hall of Fame. What's he going in as?
I mean,
Listen.
Falcon.
You don't know.
Well, no. I'm talking about Gronk.
Oh, he's going in.
You can't just be saying my boy, my boy.
No, he's going in as a Buck.
He going into the Buck, bro. What you
Oh my
mean?
No,
boy?
what do you mean? He's literally going in as a Buck. He retired as a Buccaneer.
Okay, look.
But
Now-
no, it's not because Deion Sanders didn't retire.
Well, I'm saying literally. He's literally
Matt,
going
I
in
don't
as
know
a
what
Buck.
I don't know what your issue is with this, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt,
Because when you
they're trying to
retire,
piss you
you
off,
get-
bro.
No, I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm saying he's literally going into the Buck. He just
They
retired
are
as a Buccaneer.
retired. You're just trolling at this point.
No, I'm not. What? Yo, am I not making sense
You
right
actually
now?
might be stupid.
Yes.
You actually might be stupid, Matt. You might be stupid.
No,
he's
Brett,
retiring as a Buck. That's what he's
Buccaneer.
saying.
Yes, but you're not going into the Hall of Fame as a Buck.
Okay,
Yes,
he knows that.
He
Everyone knows
literally
that.
is.
He
Nobody
played-
literally is though.
No, he's not.
Oh
Matt
my
hurts
God,
my
Matt.
head.
Brett,
No,
Oh my
Ethan,
God,
you
Matt.
understand me, right?
Yes,
I
I
understand
understand
you.
you, Brett.
I don't.
Matt,
all right, just edit.
Matt, just shut the hell up. Please shut the
Uh,
hell up.
No,
I
tell
Matt,
you
no,
what.
no, Matt, shut the hell up, or I'm actually gonna mute
Matt,
you.
I
I'm actually
think
gonna mute
you're not seeing the common knowledge here. Me and
Yeah.
Stefano normally always understand what's going on with the top 10 list right now going into next year. Ethan understands what I'm saying here. You're just not picking up on it, so we're just gonna leave it.
Yeah, we're just gonna Matt,
We're
we're gonna
just
leave
I'm
this.
not answering.
Matt, I want to get
muting
onto
it,
this.
muting
Shut
it.
the hell up. Top tight ends of all time. Let's just go into this because we have a little more time. Number 1, Gronk is my list.
Yeah,
Gronk,
not even close.
Tony,
Tony,
Antonio Gates.
Sharp, Antonio Gates, Kelsey. That's my 5.
I would agree.
Finish Sharp above. I like Antonio Gates. He's one of the most slept-on players, bro. Nobody talks about Antonio Gates like that, you know?
That boy.
You know, he played D1 college basketball.
No, I didn't.
He
What
also
position he
had
play?
March Madness. He averaged like 20 points in March Madness.
Yeah.
Hey, that boy a dog.
You know what college?
Yo,
he
Matt,
went to?
I saw what college? No, I didn't know what college you went to.
I believe Kent State.
Kent State? Huh,
I
gotcha.
believe so.
I thought he was about to go to a Power 5 school, average 20. Like, shit, never mind then. But
Do you
Matt,
know-
who do you think?
There's another famous player that played at a Power 5 school that played pretty trash at basketball.
Played trash at basketball?
Yeah,
I thought you Well, I know a player who's really good at basketball, but trash at football. Draymond
wa-
Green.
Yeah,
Draymond Green.
I watched clips of this guy the other day
dog.
at basketball, and he's miserable. He's bad.
Who, like, I don't know. I'll probably know when you say it, but I don't know. I
Nuke.
can't think. Who?
DeAndre
D-Hop.
Hopkins.
Oh, D-Hop? I did not know that. He played basketball. I'm pretty
think
sure I
Miles-
did see that.
I think
I'm
Miles
pretty sure I
Garrett's
did
going to the league.
I thought I sent clips in the other day, like a month ago, maybe.
of DeAndre
D-Hop playing
Hopkins.
basketball.
I
No,
don't
I'm pretty sure I have seen him play. I didn't know he played. I just didn't know he was rated. Matt, I want to get your opinion on this because I saw it on Instagram quick before we wrap it up. Who's the greatest like athlete? Like, who do you think is a better athlete? Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson?
I think the greatest athlete that's ever walked this earth is Deion Sanders.
Respect that boy Junebug.
Not his
He's
cousin.
the goat.
Yeah, have you seen that clip?
No.
Deion
But I think-
Sanders was asked like who's the best, like the greatest athlete you've ever seen in his life, and his number one. Who do you say it to?
Who did he say add to or who?
Who he
did
said?
say-
He said 2, and then he said the other guy. He
It-
said 2, and then he said Junebug.
So
Oh,
the one
I
part of my
forget.
take it was they asked him like how is it like being one of the greatest athletes of all time, and like do you think like you are and stuff like that. Like it was that. I can send you the clip after, but he was like, yeah, Bo Jackson's up there, but I really gotta think. He's like, I really gotta think who it is. It's like probably my cousin Junebug.
He was a crackhead. He used to steal stuff from me when I come from school, and I could never catch him.
Bro, yeah, motherfucker must be fast. Deion Sanders can't catch his ass, bro.
Do you know what Ike Taylor? I think I said this before. Do you know what Ike Taylor used to do?
What?
His uncle used to take him out. He lived in Florida, and I forget where exactly in Florida, but he used to take him out to like the Everglades and that area. And when he like Ike Taylor was like a young ass kid, and they'd just be like, go catch the rapids, and Ike Taylor would just run in as fast as he can and try to catch the rapids, and he caught one time.
That's sick. That's like
I know.
Khabib, bro. I have that clip of
Did he
Khabib
fight
fighting the
bears?
bear. Did
Yeah.
you see what he said? He was like in an interview. He was like, "Oh, like what was it like?" He was like, "Oh, like I told my dad like the bear bit me, and my dad said bite it back." That's,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's like menace activity right there.
Who
That's
do you
sick.
think? Who do you think the greatest athlete of all time is?
I mean,
So-
him, Bo Jackson, Michael Phelps up there. If we're not talking football, if we're talking just greatest athlete,
If I'm taking like my top like 3, and if I'm doing one for each different sport, like that, kind of like diverse more. Deion number 1. Then I got Michael Phelps 2. Like he is the greatest Olympian of all time, no question. Like the way he dominated. Like it's not gonna like transition because he's not playing basketball or something like that. But I would have Mike there. I think those are like the 3
I
greatest.
just want to say about Bo Jackson. Bo
Oh, yeah,
Jackson
he
was
was
good
a
at
freak,
football.
too.
Like he was really good at football, but like baseball, he was insane at baseball.
Yeah,
Fucking insane.
you ever watch him in baseball, like his clips?
I've
That's
seen
absurd.
clips. I haven't seen him watch that,
Yeah.
but I've seen clips.
He threw someone out from outfield to home.
Mhm.
They
It was
cannon.
like, oh my god, who's the kid on the Pirates?
O'Neal
O'Neal Cruz.
He has a
No, he has a cannon. You saw him
bro,
throw it from
he-
third to
From
first.
shortstop, he scooped it up. He's 6'3". It's
6'7".
absurd.
He's 6'7".
He's 6'7". He's 6'7".
Shortstops are not that size. You know,
He's 6'7".
shortstops
The
are a
tallest
lot
one ever.
taller.
Yeah,
He
shortstops are
scooped it
short.
up. I'm not kidding. He didn't even do a full launch. It was literally like almost like a sidearm, 90 miles per hour.
Yeah,
96.
right in the glove too.
You really
Right
gotta
in
get
the
your,
glove.
you really got to get your numbers right here.
Either all right.
Like, right
I'm
in the
surprised
glove.
you know who O'Neal Cruz is. You don't.
No, Brett B texts him all the time. Like
Brett can probably name,
the
like,
kid we're in a
5
group chat with
baseball
is a Pittsburgh fan, so he's a Pirates fan. And he
Yeah.
was like, O'Neal Cruz had like a home run against the Nationals. He was like, holy shit, this 6'7" O'Neal Cruz guy is going crazy.
Brett can
Brett
probably
always be
name
talking
5
about-
baseball players.
I
other than
dare,
O'Neal Cruz.
I actually
Right
guarantee
now?
I can name more than 5 baseball players.
I can name the whole Mets roster. No, let me name. I got you, Matt. Right
I
here,
mean,
right here.
I expect you to, Steph.
I don't know baseball. Brett probably knows more baseball than me.
Oh,
No,
I think
Brett
it's
probably
really
knows.
easy to name 5 people.
I mean, if you
Alright,
just
alright.
know a roster, like you can
Yeah.
name players.
yeah.
Like
But
Kyle
I don't know if any of you guys
Schwarber,
actually
which is
watch
like
it.
a funny name. I know Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber.
I can name literally the whole
Ooh, a
Mets.
funny name too. He also hits bombs. He's gonna win the home run derby.
Schwarber,
Shohei Obama.
Obama. Nah, Pete Alonso
Schwarber
winning the
wins
home run derby.
But-
3 times in a row?
Pete Alonso winning it. Trust,
I think it'd be 3 in a row.
trust, 3-peat.
Yeah.
You guys want to end it off there then?
Yeah, but
I
like, I
kinda
had
wanna
to
keep
like,
on talking baseball.
I like
There's nothing to talk baseball. I don't know anything about baseball.
Can I just say one thing about baseball?
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
Orioles.
Orioles
Yeah.
are 500. Did they play today?
Yeah. We're about
They
hold
play
up,
every
hold
day.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
They win.
Orioles are fucking above 500. The AL East is absurd.
Holy shit, bro.
The Orioles, Toronto
Nah.
just fired their manager. I would be nervous if I was a Blue Jay fan. I think legit the Rays might fall off a little. I would be a little bit nervous that I think the Red Sox are still going to be consistent because they're a little bit better manager wise. Toronto's about to go down bad. They're already going down bad. Orioles are catching up right now. Everybody in the AL East is above
So
500.
Matt, now that you're speaking about it, Tampa, we play them the next series.
I know.
So we play them now, and then we play the Yankees. So we have if we do good in this, we have a good chance of dropping some heads here.
The only thing I'm nervous about is like being an Orioles fan is so
We choke it, bro. We're gonna choke it. I just know it.
well.
Choke
I have
it.
2 things. So Toronto plays Kansas City in their next matchups,
Yeah.
but Kansas City has like 12 players that aren't vaccinated and they're playing in Toronto, so they can't go, including their all-star player. So Toronto might win those pretty handily.
Fuck
But it's also
Toronto, bro.
baseball, so it's a
They-
little bit
Yeah.
like. And also, I'm just looking like a genius for taking the Orioles over in wins this year.
what was it, like 63?
It was 63 and they're 45. And
Yeah.
the season's halfway
You
done.
see, yeah, you see. I saw a thing. It was like
I hope they
time to get to
62.
45 games.
I
Time to win
actually,
45
I hope they
games.
get 62.
I
Bro,
hope that doesn't happen. I hope the Orioles make the playoff. Yeah, if the Orioles make the playoffs, Ethan, we going to the games, right?
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Ethan,
You,
watch
are you an
baseball?
Orioles fan?
Nah, I'm a Yankees fan.
Oh my
What?
God.
no.
No.
New
Kick 'em,
conversation.
Kick 'em.
Ethan, who's your favorite NBA team?
I don't have an NBA team, but I grew
You're
up
a
in New
Wizards
Jersey. I
fan.
moved
I'm
here my ninth
baptizing
grade
you. You're a
year.
Wizards fan.
I'm
Do you
not
have a
going to
co-
be a Yankees. I'm not going to be a Mets fan, so I'm a Yankees fan.
What do you mean
Do
you're
you
not
have
going to be a Mets
Do you have like a
fan?
college team you root for?
Not really, to be honest with you. Now,
Duke.
I'm baptizing you.
I thought you
you're a
rooted for
Wizards
another
fan
like
now.
big powerhouse college team.
no.
I thought you were like
He's like a Texas kind of guy.
Ohio State type
He's
of guy.
He's a Texas
Oh,
kind of guy.
well, my grandfather taught there, so I do like Ohio State. I'm a little biased, but
I mean, that's not that bad. It's Ohio State.
Wait, if you said you had to pick an
What?
NBA team, what were you going to say?
That's terrible.
I mean, my grandfather taught there. I have
No.
some connection.
I'm saying like that's something said that's not bad. Ohio State's a powerhouse.
Yeah,
Look
they
at
are
the teams I
powerhouse.
root
Yeah,
for.
they're a power. Man, fuck Maryland. Shut
Wait,
the hell up, bro.
Ethan, what were you going to say if you had to pick,
They're not
if you had to
powerhouses
pick an
at all.
NBA team?
Yeah, if I had to pick an NBA team, I don't know who it'd be, honestly.
You're a Wizards fan
Wizards.
now. I'm baptizing
The
you.
Wizards.
You're a
Nah.
Wizards fan.
Bradley
Come to-
Beal is different, though.
Come to them Thunder. Them Thunder.
No,
Hell
Ethan,
no, bro. Ethan, what do you mean you got to think about it, bro?
You watch any college ball last year?
Not much, to be honest.
Oh, you're making me sick. We got Johnny Davis, bro.
Come on, Ethan.
Yeah.
Future.
Terrible.
Who dat?
Who
The
that?
You don't know who all right, end it now. He
Terrible.
doesn't know who Johnny Davis is.
Terrible.
Who that?
No, back to
He won
baseball. Though we're
Big
going to
Ten
a
Player of
game.
the Year. He was one of the best college basketball players all year last year.
Ever.
Ever, bro.
All right. Do you know how bad Wisconsin was last year? He carried them to a Big Ten title.
It was like
against
Melvin
insane
Gordon.
Purdue team,
It was
an
Melvin
insane
Gordon in
Illinois
Wisconsin.
team, and insane Iowa team. Johnny Davis was so crazy. The only other player they had was Chucky Hepburn, and Chucky Hepburn sucks. He can only
Chucky
dribble
Hepburn.
and shoot. He can't dribble. He can only do like literally a step back shoot. That's all he can do. All right. I don't think any of you guys are also like in depth with me like that.
No. we're
No,
not.
no. I don't watch college like that. But hey, okay, like I said, we're going. We gotta go to the Orioles game soon. We haven't gone.
I
in a while.
want to.
I haven't been to
Let's do
one.
it.
I can't believe I just dropped the
Yeah, same. I haven't been.
Yo,
in
a
one in
little
while.
live pod clip from the Orioles game, maybe. A little seventh inning stretch pod clip.
I'm down.
Stephanie,
You
are you
coming?
doing a 999?
I'll be there.
You wanna come, Ethan? We'll take you. If like I said, if the Orioles go to the playoffs, I'm buying every.
I'll
home
definitely
ticket.
go to the playoff.
I'm going to
game.
every home ticket. It'll literally be electric. This will be the first time since what 2014.
Yeah.
That'll be insane.
When we-
I'm
when
actually
we play
glad.
the
I'm glad
Royals-
baseball is exciting because Matt, when we were watching the other day,
I was at a soccer tournament. I remember that. We were playing the Royals, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, stop. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Orioles are fun. They're a super fun team because a lot of teams that are good right now that are above
They're young.
500, they're at their peak. The Orioles have out of the top 5 prospects, the Orioles have 3 of them in the farm system still.
like they,
Can you imagine when we bring those guys up?
yeah, we
The
have a
thing is-
good young team. And
Baseball's the
Really
only
been
sport
bad
that
for so
thing
long.
really works.
I saw a tweet when the Orioles. It was like an MLB page. When the Orioles are winning games, the MLB is winning. The MLB is winning.
Do you know,
It's like this is America's team right here.
America's team is the Mariners.
It's like the
and us.
Lions. This is like the Lions, bro.
It's the Mariners and us.
Yeah, it's
I
like
just
the
have to-
Lions and Jaguars winning games. Like everyone wants to see it, you know.
All right.
Everyone wants to see it.
I just have to end off on one thing. Just be ready.
You see that boy? You
Just
see
be
that
ready.
boy?
Just
Hey,
be ready.
Yeah, show that
Hey.
picture of Lamar. That boy beefed up.
yo,
Who is
one more
that
thing.
on the screen, bro?
Rashad
Just be
Bateman.
ready, bro.
Rashad Bateman. You better cook. You better cook
1K
Carlton
season.
Davis head ass.
I don't even know what that clip is. Oh, it's just either way.
Yo, Ethan.
All
Did you
right.
see the beef? Oh, you were talking about it. The beef Lamar and what's his name?
Yeah.
Bernard.
Bernard
Yeah, Matt, what do you
Pollard,
think about
going
it?
Crazy.
Yeah. Bernard has no right to fucking talk to an MVP like that. Sit
What do you
down,
should have
shut
not?
up,
Yeah, I was
and
reading it.
read.
I didn't see it, but I was reading it.
Educate yourself, bro.
Yeah, facts. All right, let's end it off there then.
Oh, I got 2 things to say.
Oh my.
Yeah.
God.
What's up? Say, man.
Later today, when the episode comes out, I'm assuming it's going to be coming out tomorrow after we record. I'm going to be making a TikTok about the futures of college football, like futures of winning games, and also I think it's going to make the playoff and stuff. And I'm also going to do a little written report on the Orlando Brown trade and talk about that. It's been a year since it passed.
Yep. Like he said, make sure if anyone's watching, make sure to follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram. Any help is appreciated. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again to Ethan. for taking the time out of your day, coming out.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate. I love when you make Matt mad. So pretty
It's
deep.
definitely fine testing his ability to heat the heat in the kitchen. So
Yeah.
love being on here.
Boy
Thanks,
can't
boys.
handle it. Boy can't handle it.
Boy
guys,
can't handle it.
Hey, here.
and thank you again to anyone. Make sure to check out episode 11. Next week we're doing NFC, AFC. You want to do West or East? Because we're moving up. East, AFC East. We'll do AFC
Yeah, you
East.
can do East.
Yeah, and top 10 safeties.
Yeah, and that'll probably round out the list.
I mean, we got to do defensive tackle and offensive tackle.
I guess. Well,
Yeah.
let's do linemen if anything.
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
just
do the whole
Line,
tackle,
yeah,
so.
lineman. Yeah, okay.
and kickers. I'll just end it here.
We're
Just
not doing
J-Talk.
kickers.
Jay Talk the goat.
Done.
Yeah,
That
go.
was the top.
All right,
10.
thank you again to anyone watch. Peace.
Peace.
2016, I got locked in that cell and they ain't let me out. Money, I'm talking, you know that I'm ballin', I'm hustlin', I ain't never seen a drop. Spending this cash, but I cannot forget to make sure all my niggas on. Spending this money, no question, do I think about it? I never say that I don't. Walk off alone when I talk on the phone. Dropping the price and you know that they on. Soon as we get it, you know that it's gone. I swear that we been at this shit for so long. Mama asked what's up and I tell her no. She tell me I ain't shit and act like I'm wrong. I'm running that check up every time I'm gone. For Christmas, I swear I'ma buy you a home. I get on my knees and I pray on my own. I'm thanking the Lord that I'm here, I ain't gone. I pray the judge, let Q come home. Chopper boy feel he all alone.